Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final day of HRX here at Dreamhack Atlanta 2018. The crowd's just getting in, and we are kicking things off with a very momentous occasion. It's one thing that I was lucky enough to be available for in Young Shopping, Sweden, back for Paladins, and now we have the official Realm Royale Founders Tournament taking place here this morning. My name is Rain Day, and of course I'm joined by none other than part of the dynamic duo. Pretty Hair, how you doing today, man?
Yes, sir. I'm very, very excited for this, man. You never know what you're going to get with these open style events, but it's basically a ton of knocked out Smite and Paladins pros that have just filled up the lobby, and you guys are actually in for a treat. We have some more special guests that you may recognize from the Realm Royale community. It's going to be one hell of a show. And
if people are trying to figure out how to stay involved here on this show floor and they're not watching, there's a couple of ways they can do that. Actually, an interactive app, Chicken Chase. You can download that at Skillshot.com/Chicken Chase, what I believe, and actually hunt down Realm Royale chickens.
That's right, augmented reality style. Think like a Pokemon Go hunt. You're going to be looking for those Realm Royale chickens, and if you can find them all, that's how you're going to get yourself some in-game loot.
Pretty exciting stuff here. And so, if you are not familiar with our Realm Royale tournament format, that is what we will be doing for today. We're going to have 5 rounds, and these rounds are going to be scored by basically lowest point total is the best. We can even go negative if you get enough eliminations, and you'll see a lot of teams do that today. You get $1,000 for each round that you win, and the best score, which is the lowest after 5 rounds, is going to take home the big prize. It's quite a lot, and I think a lot of these players, like you mentioned, ex-Smite pros, ex-Paladins pros, people who we've seen before, and some names you should recognize. I see Joshino up in there from the Paladin side.
Joshino, Stormtroopy, Incon, Viral. These are going to be your team captains. This is a duos event, despite what you're seeing on screen here. There's Kefri filling things out, Hades, Vex 30, a lot of big names in this tournament event. Like we mentioned, though, it is duos. All of these guys do have a partner involved in this event, and my goodness, the names, they just keep coming. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this.
Man, oh man. I'm very excited as well, Nick. I was gonna, make a couple of jokes, but now is not the time. Maybe in a little bit. We will be having a lighthearted kind of romp with this one because it is Realm. It does bring that fantasy feel. We always like to have fun when we cast. Great group of players. It is 40 players at that, so it's gonna be a smaller lobby, but it will still be very interesting to watch.
That's right. 40 duos, right? So 80 total.
80 players. You're right.
It's gonna be awesome. It's a lot of fun here. Like you mentioned earlier, there's Cuss Cutie himself, the man in the building here, and it is, like you said, 5 rounds here. So the point scoring will determine our overall winner, but I believe on a round-to-round basis, it's who wins the game. You don't necessarily need the lowest score. Obviously, that's what you want if you want to win the 20K overall.
Right.
But 1K on the line per game for the overall, just winner of the game, the Crown Royale, comes with the cash.
So it's almost time to get into the lobby. I'm excited, Nick. Obviously, if you're just joining us, you don't really know anything about Realm Royale, but it is a obviously free-to-play battle royale type game. But the thing that's great about this is you introduce classes into the mix. There's the Hunter, the Warrior, the Assassin, and the Mage, Nick. They all bring their different unique qualities. They all scale a little bit better with different weapons.
Right.
But everything is available to everyone. So it's kind of like, you have to make those choices mid-game.
You're not pigeonholed into any type of weapon or any types of abilities. Anyone can pick up anything, but the stuff that you feel like you should be using as a warrior, hammers, axes, things like that, you will be more adept. You will do more damage with stuff like that. You'll have lower cooldowns on your battle shouts. Anything you think you should be using as a certain class probably means you get some type of boost with it.
Yeah, and there's some certain, weapon combos I think we'll see these players prioritize over others.
Super curious to see what the meta is with these new classes.
And how does it shake up? I mean, is there enough time to develop a meta here at, at Dreamhack Atlanta? I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out for sure. And thank you all again for joining us here at the Realm Royale Founders Tournament. Rain Day and Pretty Hair about to take you into the action. Just got a few more seconds, and we are about to load in, Nick. And obviously they know about the classes, but what do you expect to see most? I think you were like
I'm anticipating double. I slipped my boy in and there's some info. I just think in terms of pick up and play, I don't see how 2 coordinated warriors are going to lose this. The damage is back on Heroic Leap. I believe that's like a class-specific thing, though. Only warriors are doing that damage. You can pick up Heroic Leap, but only a warrior is going to do the damage upon landing, to my knowledge. So, I mean, 2 warriors jump in, you're already taking 1,200. Max HP for non-warriors is 3K, so you're looking at almost 50% of your life gone just in the initiation of the fight.
All right, well, we're about to get in here as we get going in Realm Royale. Badlands, Everfrost, Tropics, Sanctuary. Some of the angles you will find these players landing as they spread out. A few people going over into the Everfrost. A lot of people in the Badlands, Nick. Last time we were casting this quite a bit. That was more of a, I don't know, desert area, as you might say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a lot of successful teams that did go there. Cuss and Koala look like they're playing together. Little boyfriend-girlfriend action. Ninham and Corland look like they're dropping together. I'm trying to find Kefri. Is he back at his old spot? Where is he? And who is he playing with, right? That's my big question.
That's, I mean, I heard a rumor that Bird was here. I don't know. I don't know about that. Uh-oh. Maybe I want to get started there. A little bit of action heading out as we follow along with I Am Jaeger and Jug of Wine. And as you see here, just an assassin. This is what Jug of Wine is playing. He's already got, I believe, that's the epic axe right there. Axe. Oh my goodness.
And he goes down. Oh, his partner's already dead though. Rough start there. Jug of Wine taking a little bit of damage here. Nobody starts with armor anymore. That's something worth noting. There's a lot of recent changes, most of them centered around the potion game. Potions are only 300 instead of 500 here. Jug of Wine's going to try and take down Corland and knit him here with that purple throwing axe, but the epic loot is not enough. While there are no warriors on this squad, that is definitely still a good weapon early game.
Yeah, and they're going for the mage assassin combo, which I like. Gives you a lot of mobility with the blink and obviously the soar. And one of the things that I just experienced finding a lot of value in is the fact that soar gets double the duration when you pick up this movement skill for the mage. Obviously, as we mentioned, you can pick up several different types of movement abilities, whichever one fits your fancy, but soar is going to work really well when you have that double duration on the mage.
And like we said going into this, there's a little bit of a difference in the rules, right? Before, you weren't allowed to do doubles of certain classes.
Right.
That is no longer the case, and that's less of a big deal, right? When everyone can use everything. I think that was more important back in the day when like only assassins could use snipers. If you know, there's something that's just so strong for a certain class, you know, you got to limit the kind of stacking of that. But now that everyone can kind of use everything, it's a little bit more fun to see people, I think, stack stuff and use whatever combinations they really want.
We got 31 teams remaining, and Toker finding a kill onto Cullen Rocks as well. LNT Nighthawk here. We're checking over near Fungal Forest. Seems like a fight might get going on. Team 29 is trying to hide behind the wood. And hidden, this is a smoke screen, essentially kind of
on cooldown.
Yeah, on cooldown whenever you need it. It's not the AoE, but it is just going to self-sneak and allow you to do things like that. Nice concussion bomb. Knockback doesn't find the kill, but they're still feeling each other out.
Far less damage than it used to do once upon a time here, but the displacement certainly still good. Positioning, just in video games in general, is so important. So being able to force people to move, put them in uncomfortable positions, definitely something to look out for. Draken goes down here. Nighthawk needs to bail him out. Chicken's pretty quick, 20 seconds to revive.
Yeah, and this is the thing about Realm Royale that people have really latched on to. I see more people ask, where's the chicken statue, than, you know, hey, where's Raina? Can I get a picture? It's like this chicken has become the big talking point for the community, and everyone just loves it. But unfortunately, it is also, for players trying to chase it down, very agile, and it does look like he's going to get back up. You can revive. You have 3 times in a game of Realm Royale that you can go down as a chicken and self-revive, but this time they finish him off.
That's indicated by the number you can see in the top left-hand side of the screen. Right to the right of the health bars there, the little chicken symbol right above the skull indicates how many times a player can go down before it's just poof over a no cigar. And Butt Boy 9 here putting some pressure on with the longbow. Long distance shots, though, not exactly easy to confirm.
Here are our mixer boys. Incision and 1 HP. They were a big part of the Realm Royale tournaments we were doing over in the summer, and so it's good to see them back. Actually met them in person for the first time last night, so great guys. Wishing them the best. They've got the longbow of a rare quality, and obviously when you see some better loot, you usually take it. She's got the stone spear, not the stone spear, but the frost spear, essentially, that like bolt staff for what a lot of mages use, and he's using the bow. He's not withdrawing for full shots, and you gotta say, is this the most optimal strategy? But he's hitting a few, but he's just putting it a little bit harder than it might have to be because he's not getting full damage. Still finds 2 chickens, and that's gonna be a wrap on that team fight.
For as exposed as he was, I'm surprised he didn't take very much damage at all. Still almost full armor. And I don't know if we can see these players' runes, but just watching his armor slowly tick up tells me that he does have one of the strongest runes in the game, man. The armor regen rune, just passive. I believe 20 armor per second is the number on it.
And Nick, I think that's a good time to, you know, while we still have 20 teams remaining, 41 players, long-range fight happening here, might be a good time to talk about runes and what they are and, you know, what people are looking for.
It's basically one of the newer systems that you probably wouldn't recognize if you haven't watched or played the game in a couple months. And they go in these little slots. You can see 6 of them above a player's armor bar.
Yeah.
And they're really, really strong passive effects. If you're a Paladins player, they're going to be things like that Cauterize 3, Resilience 3, 90% healing reduction, CC reduction, 50% cooldown, armor regeneration, things like that. Incredibly strong passives is what you're going to be getting from these runes, but they're expensive to craft and extremely rare to find in the world.
And it's another thing that was added. It's a resource that you have to decide how you spend your credits. And credits in the early part of Realm Royale development, you could get a lot more of them easier. And now these weapons, these pieces of armor have so much more value to you, not only in terms of their use, their effectiveness, because every class can use every weapon, but the fact that now they have less credits that you're going to get back for them, only 40 for Legendary, 20 for Epic, 8 for
nothing
Rare.
For downs. That's the big thing.
Yes.
Not getting that. That's the good players, right? They could get in there, they could snowball a game just because they're downing players, getting tons and tons of credits for those downs. Now it's all about the loot. The best way is still to kill players because they probably have shards on them. They probably have loot for you to disenchant as well.
We were looking at Chronix here and Osrino. These two are from Kenga Esports. They were knocked out after obviously a great run in the PWC qualifier land, getting here and having some tough competition, that is for sure. And now they are obviously trying to get some money in today's Realm Royale Founders Tournament. Chronix with the longbow. This is definitely
they don't have much, man. Their loot's kind of crap right now.
But if they get this kill, though, and they've been hunting these guys for a while, I feel very confident with Chronix and the longbow here.
Yeah, Chronix.
Big shot.
Maybe getting to play a little bit more shot.
Oh, there it is.
It's actually viable here. He's going to land 2 in a row on a Brando. Now they just got to push this one down. Rhino does have vertical mobility. I'd expect him to just soar up here and confirm his kill.
And look at this Ghost Walk for the speed. He's got 10 seconds now on the cooldown, so he's got to make things happen. Sentry Drone is going to give him the confidence to go in. Big shots there on the Toker. He sees where he is, but he already knew. Knocked back off, and now it's up to Osrino to finish off the play.
And to get it done, though, and it sounds like he does. Rhino pulls out the Bolt Staff here. Passive damage bonus for a mage using this. Like we said, you know, all the staves, the mages are a little bit more effective with, but anyone can use it. Dabs here in the fog. The fog is coming indeed. All the forges are active here, and they need to get
fog is coming.
Pretty good loot, though. I mean, purple boat staff, purple sniper. Snipers tend to be fairly rare these days, and unless, of course, you are an assassin, then I believe you can nearly guarantee that you get one of those crafted from the forge.
Absolutely. I think the bolt staff is still where I have my question marks on. I'm excited to see these players use it. I've seen a couple people pick it up.
Yeah, recently buffed.
And so it's got a little bit more efficacy, kind of shoots these bolts essentially at more of a chop, chop, chop speed versus a traditional kind of
it's not a tracking weapon anymore, a little
projectiles.
Pretty big circular projectiles, but they are some of the more slower moving. This is definitely a close range weapon that you're going to be looking to use. In Incon and Toe here on the double warrior setup. Healing Shout and Shielding Shout with a green heroic leap as well. They've already bagged 6 fools. Purple throwing axe, of course. Like we mentioned, hammers, axes, those are going to be more effective. Do more damage if you are playing the warrior.
Slug rifle has such a big history in this game too, Nick. Big headshot. You can hear the ring of the head there, and he lands, but he has a little bit of a kind of heroic landing, which means that he is basically not able to move for about 1.5 seconds. He gets out of it though, and now they are aware that these two are coming after them. Anhu doesn't really have a teammate. Looks like he's going to go down. The throwing axe from Incon is probably going to seal the deal. A big headshot as well. That's going to clean it up, and they get all the loot.
Anhu barks back though, man. He puts Incon down to the chicken state, and you know that's just a warrior. It's an incredibly bursty class, especially when your heroic leap is up. Rhino though, and Chronix continuing to engage. Rhino has to be careful though. He's got that sword, he's got the vertical mobility. Looks like they were fighting over a little loot goblin, maybe one of the newer additions to the game, but like I was saying, Rhino needs to be careful about how he takes these engagements because Chronix simply can't keep up with him, and if he gets too far away from his teammate, Chronix is not going to be able to follow up.
We saw that last time. Oh, beautiful shots. I think that was the bolt staff, Nick, and it looks like it takes down Octo. Goes for the blast shot mid-air, clean up from the Hunter. Osrino and Chronix looking like a dynamic duo here as we have 25 players remaining.
And purple Venom Pistol, purple Sniper down here. I don't anticipate they're going to leave that Venom Pistol. It's gone through a lot of changes, a hell of a lot of iterations. Right now, though, it's pretty damn strong. Does a ton of damage, and you'd probably be used to it if you played the game a while ago of it being hard to confirm all 3 of those bolts. Now it's very, very accurate. Not hit scan, still projectile, but all of those bolts are going to travel on a predictable trajectory.
We've got Joshino and Swindy here. Swindy finding a couple of kills, being a very successful player and streamer in this game for quite a while. And Evil Eye, oh, they're against the G2 pair.
Not easy.
Swindy wants this one. They play each other in Paladins quite a bit, but now it's Realm Royale, the Founders Tournament. Who is this? Swindy goes down, but he's got the speed. So what can Joshino do? If he could buy some time.
I would grab
this.
Yeah, grab that.
Legendary level. So, Nick, we're going to see and really test how valuable this is. He sees Evil Eye picking around the corner, but man, this is very tough.
The only way Joshino gets out of this, confidence. He's got to go heroic leap, land it, and he doesn't quite do that.
Yeah,
I think he had the burst damage right. Pop shield, shout, heroic leap in there, try and blow somebody up. You're not going to win the 2v1 against Vex and Evil Eye.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't even know who it is quite yet.
Probably not.
Because they haven't gotten down. You don't really see these player names until you find the kill, and then you can see it. And there's Swindy falling again. He got up, but it was to no avail. This is going to be G2 Esports' way. Glad they could have a couple of kills after that set with Fnatic.
Finding some way to stay successful here in one way or another. 4 kills in the bag for those boys, of course. We got a lot of love for everyone there at the BPL. 1 HP up against Trout, Southern Senpai. No kills for these fools just yet. But a legendary Frostbow. When you do get that legendary roll out of the Forge, which is, by the way, impossible to guarantee. You're basically guaranteed at least epic rarity, and you have the chance to upgrade to the legendary status. And with that comes these enchantments. The Frost one, of course, does provide a movement speed slow, but you got to hit that shot.
Oh, man, I mean, 1 HP is dead to rights here. If Southern Senpai can hit a shot, I mean, he hasn't figured it out yet, and there it is. 1 HP, nice clap back, and now he's got the sword. The Hunter soaring, what a sight to see. And this is the difference between the mobility. You can have a different class and take any movement skill you want, and it will throw people off, especially those who have played this game for a bit. It's a really great opening up of new options for players, and 13 teams still remaining, a minute and 17 before the fog starts to close. You see the edge of this is really Team 35 are following along with 26, who may actually kind of get approached on from the west, from the east.
Oh, man, the Assassin's got all kinds of, legendary loot, but it ain't for his class. And so while you can use it, it's going to be a little bit more effective here. So 6, for instance, he gets 50% CDR on that shielding shout. Flaming throwing axe. This is one hell of a lineup. This man, if he's just careful, he plays his fight smart, he's going to be incredibly difficult to beat.
Yeah, and he just basically almost one-tap Ninim right there.
Yeah.
1 axe and Ninim is almost down.
It's like 1,100-1,200 damage.
And he has his teammate. That's the other thing. That's the problem. He gets the bonus for being the warrior and having the axe. He also has the shield shout. The only thing that's going for this matchup for the Australians is that they do have the armor advantage, you would assume, because 6 is completely out, but he's got the shield.
Damage.
My goodness. There's the axe block going in him, trying to turn it around. The shield doesn't save his teammate, so it is still a 1v2, and now 6 has to run away. He's chicken midair. That throwing axe is going to someone on the OCE side if they can clean up this chicken.
That looked like it may have been a third party, just judging by where that final hit marker actually came from. Pushing down. Ninim remains ice cold. And look at this. Corlin struggling now. Corlin's going to take down Refa, but they're getting pushed by a third party.
And here's the problem. 6 is still alive, so he's got that legendary throwing axe, and he is back up. He's got the shielding shout. He's got the healing potions.
Yikes.
Doesn't have the armor, so this could be a trouble from the backside. However, 6 may just be wise to just move, Nick. I mean, maybe run away.
He probably, I think because he realizes that there's a third party entering this fight, it may just be wiser just to move away. Now, Fog threading the needle there. I think that arrow goes right under the wagon, and Laurie, maybe a better idea. I don't know. There's so much chaos here. I think there's a chance that he does get back up.
Corlin's and Ninim, fantastic job just staying alive. I mean, Laurie definitely looking to be cleaned up. Ninim finds 6 with the Frost longbow, and I don't know if he's going to trade out for the axe. You could see Corlin looking at it and saying, should I go for it? No, the fog is coming, as the assassin loves to tell us with his voice lines. Press VF, you will have fun with that in game, I guarantee it. Laurie actually makes it out of the chicken form, Nick, and now he's going. It looks like he might have some movement speed, or maybe Ninim is the one. Big shot there from the axe, and yeah, that's going to end it.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that you actually get this kill.
He may
the way
not.
the elimination logic works is you have to have damaged the chicken recently. If the fog gets the kill after a certain amount of time, right, and this is that amount of time. Oh, maybe not. The death fog is still going to give credit to Ninim, so he does get credit for that kill. That's important when it comes to your scoring at the end of the day.
Absolutely. These eliminations are going to take off negative points, which means that you're going to be in a better position towards the end of the game, no matter where you place, which is going to be your standard point total. So if you place now, 11 teams remaining, your team will get 11 points, and all your eliminations will basically be -2 last time I checked, taking away from that 11. So if you have 10 eliminations, that's -20. You get an 11 where you're placing at, and now you're actually at -9 for your score. And remember, it's like golf, the lower the better. So these teams still 10 remaining, 9 remaining now. They just took down SK Paltech with the plasma launcher. So Venenu, a Smite player.
First place, that's right. I believe he's playing with Anderson. Those are the boys from SSG.
Okay.
knocked out day one of the Smite World Championship, but their dreams of glory still alive here in the Realm Royale Founders Tournament. Off to a good start here. Still no kills bagged for Southern Senpai and Trout. Of course, $1,000 on the line for just the flat-out winner, just the Crown Royale victor of game number 1, which you are going to want to start fragging out if you want to take the 20K overall.
One of the newer areas to be added in Realm Royale, Old Manor. That was, I think, one of the coolest expansion notes alongside the dragon that was just like dead, and you're like, man, that is pretty cool. And the map continually adds these new features, so for players who want to experience lore, Realm Royale does it in a different way, but they do it very, very cohesively with the universe that already exists. It makes you think, makes you question, and lets you explore new destinations. And of course, pick your favorite battle spots as well. And I think Corlin's found his. He's above Veneno and Anister there. He's gone for the Warrior, tries to go in. There's the sword, big shot onto Corlin, so he's gonna get the ghost, actually the healing totem there from our friend over in the orc side.
Already down. Anister 1 HP here. Big change to Realm Royale is that you can, and perfectly timed, move while popping potions as well. They don't heal quite as much, but they pop quicker, and you can move while you are doing them.
That is a big deal. And they're faster, yeah, like you said, pop quicker. But the healing totem definitely gave him a little bit of respite, and they had the high ground, so they could just back off, and there was no way for Anister and Veneno to approach that fight. Tough stuff for the Smite guys, but still have a chance here. Incon running away. You can see him over on that far side. Southern Senpai still holding the high ground with his teammate Trout. This is Team 26. They've got 0 eliminations thus far. You can see with the skulls on the left-hand side. Still 3 chickens.
Man. They're so healthy.
But they
don't have anything in the tank, but they are, you kind of look around and you're starting to see a couple people, Kanga, Rhino, and Chronix, managed to actually pick up some armor potions. Maybe they forged them. All forges do remain active till the end of the game. There are none left in the circle, however. The last one, the Old Manor, just falling out of line there. 9 teams remaining, 14 overall. So that just means we have a couple of solo lone wolves running around.
Absolutely. 14 players. And there is about 20 seconds now. Nick, at circle 8 or circle 9, things get very different. This circle, a little big, but I believe the circle after this is going to be much smaller. And that is going to force these players into confrontations they may be trying to avoid for as long as possible. Kanga Chronix just in the corner, and they're going to run away. And there's that small circle, Nick. Look at that. It is barely the size of a team.
Yeah, so we're going to lose probably, I mean, there's no houses, there's not a lot. It's tough to see if there's any elevation change in what's left of the safe zone, but expect about 80% of the lobby to die. Moving to this next little zone here. There is some cover available, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be close. Chronix and Rhino opening up a great fight, and they'll get both.
Yeah, this is a really good approach for them as well. It looked like Southern Senpai had confidence going into it, but the second he started backing off and Chronix just approaching with that bow, you could tell it was over.
What happened there?
Rhino does fall. Now Chronix being a little careful. He doesn't have anything like the flare, which gets 50% cooldown reduction on the Hunter, so he's just waiting patiently, but I don't think they want to push this, and that's going to be good for Rhino. But there it is on the bottom side. He sees the Warrior, and there's a big shot. He gets the blast shot as well. Mid-air, Chronix do it to him from down under. He hits him from above, and I love the play style there. Chronix just making this bow work wonders for him.
And you can see he sees these legendary abilities on the ground, but he's like, I'm going to stick with what I've got here. I mean, so much burst damage potential here from the Frost Longbow on a Hunter, so doing more damage with this, and then a blast shot, another Hunter ability. A lot of burst potential here from Chronix. He's got an armor potion in hand, a nice little ghost walk to clear the gap.
Not the most optimal ghost walk there.
Could have been cleaner.
Could have been cleaner, let's put it that way. But we love Chronix, and so far these two look like a favorite to me. They've got the Venom Pistol at Epic level. They've got really good weapons as well. Rhino actually switched to the Epic Heirloom Rifle, which is still projectile, as well as the Bolt Staff.
Risky.
But they're approaching. They know exactly where they are. They want the eliminations. This actually matters more than your placing now, because this is +4 to your score or -4 to your score, whereas the placing now you can only go down to basically -6. So you have to get first place for that. Might as well take the points here. Evil Eye finds 1 HP, and now Chronix and Kanga, Rhino going in.
Soaring up to the window here, wants to confirm this kill on Anister. He is slippery, though. He's going to make it all the way out of this tower. He's running towards Incon, though, behind cover. Probably about another 10 seconds, and there's so much chaos happening. It is difficult to confirm your kills at this stage of the game. Anister's going to get back up.
Evil Eye and Vex, I think they're still alive. He knows Incon is there. Oh, look at that. He's mounted. Incon able to get off the mountain now. King of Chronix not going to let him go. Ninim and Corlin on the bottom, and these are teammates. Chronix, Lost Rhino, Ninim, and Corlin play on the same team, but they are versus each other here when it comes down to the wire. 6 players remaining, 3 teams only. Looking for the blast shot. Nice ice block as well. Ninim has to get out of this, and he does. Misses a throwing axe, and they clean him up. Chronix gets the better end of this one.
Oh, that hurts. That one hurts in the kill feed. I know he's probably laughing after that one. Chronix and Rhino looking like they have a good chance here. Dodges a lot of the burst damage with the Ghost Walk.
First Vex and Evil Eye 2, G2 versus Kanga. The matchup we would have loved to see, but not able to see it now. Chronix deletes Vex 30. 2 players remaining. That's going to be the OCA boys taking the Crown Royale. They win game 1, and they looked good.
Love it. Beautiful stuff there, especially from Chronix. I mean, he gets that bow going. He's an old school Shaolin player, right back on the bicycle here, and they get it done. I think, I don't know exactly how many eliminations, but we're definitely looking north of at least 6 or 7.
It's an unfair advantage. I mean, he plays so much Shaolin. How could he beat? I mean, how could he be beat?
That's one of those weapons, like you said, like the heirloom rifle is projectile in the game. The Grok staff is nothing like it is in Paladin.
Absolutely.
Shaolin longbow, it is just the same.
And that's what I love. That's why I love the Hunter. I love the bow, and it's so good. And let's take a look at that last moment to finish off game 1. It was Chronix versus Evil Eye and Vex. In a matchup we would have loved to see, but not able to see it now. Chronix deletes. Man, this guy is awesome. Oh, look at that voice drop.
Tone change. For dramatic
effect. That guy is good. He needs a race. Absolutely.
I can get behind that.
I can get behind that.
Definitely. Love what I'm seeing.
I'll get in front of it.
A lot of my boys.
Get to the side.
Actually see Kefri in that lobby. I don't know who he's playing with. This is a very, very team-based game, obviously. Here are the standings after game number 1. Of course, you do get the $1,000 just for the Crown Royale, but these points are going to determine our winner overall, and there is a 20-point cap per round, so you can't get too far out of it.
These
Placement
are not correct.
Matters. Are they not? Oh,
no,
yeah, no, Vex.
They're not correct. So ignore those. We did not bring up the correct scores. We'll hopefully have those updated for you. But it would be Vex and Chronix, of course, the last 2 teams placing 1st and 2nd respectively with a bunch of kills. They will have negative scores at the end of this. So again, we are showing standings that are not correct here, but let's take a look at Evil Eye and Vex. These 2 players from G2.
Close but no cigar.
Close but no cigar, but it's worth mentioning that this is such a good thing for them to be able to do after, we were obviously hoping for them. They put so much work in, had a long chat with Vex over in the Mixer Lounge. Great guy, working on his YouTube game, really hustling it, and G2 didn't have the performance they wanted, but it's great to see their boys here representing and hopefully winning some cash.
Absolutely, and already off to a great start, those 2. Got a little bit separated there down the stretch. I think that's really the strength of what Rhino and Chronix, or Corlin and Ninim, were able to bring together. And bringing out, taking each other's teammates out. A lot of fun there down the stretch, and a lot of big names staying alive until the very end.
I wonder if we're going to see that develop, because that was a Bolt Staff win. That was actually us Rhino with a green Bolt Staff taking the W. So I got to figure out if this is
I was hearing nothing but purple heirloom shots, though.
But, it's not that he maybe just was like, this is the second weapon. I don't need it.
It's about not forgetting where you came from.
Yes, he's like, man, let me remember my Grok days. I need to show some love to that one. We are going to take a break. Game 1 goes the way of Kanga. Let's see what happens in game 2 after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Dreamhack Atlanta. HRX 2018 continues with game 2 of the Realm Royale Founders Tournament. First ever, I guess, that we've been able to do on this grand of a stage. My name is Rain Day, and I'm joined by Pretty here for game 2 again. And this is an exciting one because we can break down the scores now. And it was actually Evil Eye and Vex who came out first, even though they came second.
Oh, wow.
Talk to us about that.
So that's the point score, right? That's what's going to be important for the overall, the $20,000. Obviously, like we talked about the win, the Crown Royale, the last 2 men standing are just going to get 1,000 for the game. But overall, the lowest score is more often than not going to go to the team that frags out the hardest while also placing well, and just by 1 point. So slim little margin here. Again, this is just overall standings. Evil Eye and Vex are leading by a point. That $1,000 did go to the winners, Rhino and Chronix.
However, I think I'd rather be Rhino and Chronix here because they just won 1K and they're only down by
point behind.
1 point. Like, I'll trade a point for 1K any day of the week, baby. So I love that they were able to get that done, and now it really helps to create the stakes for players and for people watching at home. Like, that last fight was worth $1,000, and so we're really excited for our Kanga guys And you're kind of a fan of Kanga. I mean, not really.
Absolutely. Those are my
Slightly.
boys. Little something, something. Little something special, guys. They're a lot of fun to watch. Really cool group. Little Ninu and Surrett's action, I think, right there.
Yeah. No, Surrett's and Sheepa. Can you believe it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, actually, Sheepa's a captain, so I don't know who Sheepa's playing with, but I know Surrett's. That might be Ninu with him. Evil Eye from G2. This is Anderser and Venenu. They came close there. I think they were like top 14.
Yeah, they were.
Something like that.
Definitely there in the top couple. A little bit of a struggle.
Timmy.
Got some separated. Anderser got hit with the up down once. I'm sure he'll be looking to go all the way in the next game here. I believe that's Viral, a little boy from the Renegades. Renegades always find a way to make land.
Viral. They always find a way to make land. Unbelievable. The streak continues.
That's right.
They're actually all here as well. A lot of the Renegades guys stayed over. We've been talking to their orgs. Very great org for us in Paladins, and really respect them and all the players and their hard work. So again, always great to see guys who, maybe didn't make this final stage. Sunday is kind of lonely, only 2 teams left, but are able to have some fun, maybe win some prizing, and we've already seen it happen for one of our teams here, Kanga Esports. But Game 2 will hold a totally different story.
Can't wait to see where these guys end up after 5 games. Also very curious, as it looks like we are loading in now, how any of these compositions might change as we head through a couple of these lobbies. If somebody gets killed by something and they thought, wow, that's really strong, I'm running that next game.
Bold stat, bro.
Slight evolutions we would see in our older, weekly tournaments, but when I think a lot of these guys have kind of been out of practice, to be honest, I think a lot of this is going over their head for the time being. I think they'll maybe just see something they liked or something they want to try out, and you might see a little diversity.
And that's what I like about this too. It's a tournament that wasn't kind of like pre-planned, right? We had it here and we just said, let's do this. And what was cool about that is that these players didn't develop this crazy meta. A lot of these players, like you mentioned, came through fresh with different eyes. Is that Kefir behind that screen? No, is it? That looks like it might. I don't know if it is. Never mind. There's ClickU, though. There's another Renegades member. I always wonder, do you think that Kanga, just like all of the Kanga members are there, they're like, hey, guys, if any of us wins, let's just split it and act like we won, came second in the World Championship in Paladin. What do you think they got that going on?
Added to the prize pool.
Like you keep your 1,000 wins, but if any of us win, we get the split. We split it.
That's collusion.
It is collusion.
They are
I don't
too
know
honorable to never. They would never. So talk about the headset into the fade. How's he going to keep this one fresh?
Actually, such a difficult conversation piece. I respect him because when you have that hair looking nice, you get out the hotel. The rule is, as a black man, nobody touches the hair. Don't touch my hair. You can't do it, and it's very difficult, But I think as gamers, we found ways to bridge culture, to bridge race, to bridge every gender, and just find a way to game. The headset is a universal apparel for gamers. You have to find a way. Some people go with the hat, Nick. But I respect a man having a nice fade and then still putting on the headband.
Yeah, it's risk.
I respect it. I got to do it every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got to deal with it every day. So.
Yeah, you got it going on though, man. We're keeping it going through here. Game number 2 about ready to get underway here. Now, I gotta say, I didn't really identify anything in terms of like what people are running. It seemed like there was plenty of diversity across the board. It's also, I didn't think I saw any stacking besides double warrior though.
Yeah.
And I don't know really why that was. I mean, like I mentioned, the warrior does do the damage like with their heroic landing when they do leap on a target. Nothing else really jumps out at me as like you stack 2 of those, it could be really strong. Maybe double sniper. I think in times past it would have been really something we may have expected to see here. Players selecting their classes. I think the strongest passive about the Hunter, though, as we see Chronix loading back in with that, is just the innate 20% lifesteal.
Yeah.
HP in this game is hard to come by. You most often have to, basically take your hands off the keyboard, press a heal key, and wait for a 2-second channel. So things like lifesteal, healing shout, any healing abilities, mitigation on the fly is going to be pretty important, and that may be a reason we see the Hunter come through.
Absolutely. I think the Hunter is, a big kind of just feels favorite. I think a lot of people, especially from the games that we make, come from, I want to play this bow. However, the Warrior's obviously so good. I think the real question is Assassin. Like, where has that been? There have been so many metas where Assassin was king. You had to have the sniper. Last game we saw our winners. They dropped. They didn't even take the sniper. They had an epic sniper there.
He spit on it and left it.
I would rather have a bolt staff than this thing.
The cream bolt staff.
Dude.
From day one. Anderser, he XD, and Venenu first place. Double warrior.
Here we go.
Yet again, double common bolt staff. These boys are ready to rumble.
You know, it's actually crazy, Nick. It does say double warrior, but he's running the assassin. So he is actually, it's actually an assassin warrior combination.
I'll have to open my eyes, I guess.
Yeah, but you know, it is misleading. So just got to be aware of that. Backpack, fortunately, going in the backpack of Echo San with the credits that he gave him, and he'll be saving that for a rainy day.
Quit looting, my boy. You are fighting currently, actively fighting. That guy was way out in the open.
Sounds like our teammate
and
from
you're
about a few days ago.
Kenneth Dave, is that you in the tournament? Vox, hello?
The Loot Goblin, funny story. You know, we happen to know some people, and it was a conversation at one point about the Loot Goblin's entrance, and that name was referenced specifically.
He's not actually playing.
Specifically as a result of the amount of freaking loot that had been stolen, and the nickname we started calling Vox and Kenneth and Dave the Loot Goblins. That is them.
There it is. Vex and Evil Eye finding a cute little engagement. Vex 30 will get the kill credit on the Surretts. A little PPL showdown here in Funko Force early on. That's a cool little engagement to talk about there. Concussion Bomb no longer moves the assassin. Only enemies get hit by the knockback.
And you know, Nick, I like the sentry drone here for Vex in Fungal Forest. A lot of angles that I'm not really sure where to approach the fight from, but if you get that information, nice withdraw as well. Crippler goes for the shot, but he's in the healing totem, and so that's going to keep him alive. Gale Adelaide, we've seen him for quite a while playing in our tournaments, and now Evil Eye gone down. Vex as well in chicken form, and it looks like it will be
all over.
Curtains for them. Oh, he gets back up. Nice blink. Good concussion. Can he clutch it? Oh, that was close, Nick. That looked like it could have been an epic play, but he still loses track of him. I think this will truly be the time that Evil Eye takes a break. So our second place team of last round will be out here at about 35.
And Hades just took down Cuss Cutie's girlfriend, man. That's not going to go over
them fighting
well.
Words. That's not going
to go over well. Cuss Cutie, I wonder how he's going to fight his way out alone this time, if at all. Crippler, Shady Prism here on the Hunter. He's going to be full draw here, full bore, ready to rock and roll. Cancels his draw with the horse. Just rides away to victory. 65 players remain, 35 teams total.
Yeah.
As the first couple of circles getting ready to close.
Nighthawk hiding in that other house, and so Crippler, Shady Prism may not realize if they're around. Oh, they get the vision now. They know. And one of the things about forging is you get the smoke coming up from the billows of the forge, and it lets other players know that someone is building something actively, and so most likely be on alert. It goes out from the jig and form, gets right back in. Tots will go down to Dabs. He'll pick up some loot. That's a epic charge, Nick.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's hard, man. It really is.
Versus White Heroic Leap?
Obviously, they both do the exact same damage at all rarities. It's only cooldown that's different. And for me, I oftentimes
see the vertical.
Maybe if it's legendary versus a common Heroic Leap, I'll take charge. But the vertical mobility is just so valuable, and it's so much easier to actually land that damage and be effective with your Heroic Leap than it is for the charge.
Seems like charge needs a buff is what I'm hearing. Or Heroic Leap needs a nerf. I don't know which one it is, but if you're skipping an epic for a white, that lets you know something here in the meta of the game. Dead Center and Nam holding out. There's upgrade only, and I think Black Bullet 9.
This is going to hit hard, man. I mean, the epic Ice Staff here for Dead Center on the Mage. Most classes do about 20% increased damage with their class weapons. For the Mage, that is going to be that Bolt Staff.
Yeah.
The Ice Stave, and I believe the Stone Spear as well.
Oh, here it is. He goes in. It's not the easiest thing to hit. Yeah, this is where you wish you had Fisheko cosplay on right now, because that man knows what to do with the staff. But this one has been difficult. He switches to the slug rifle. He's like, I don't care. I mean, let me just get this kill. I mean, at this point, things are not looking good. And that's the difficulty of the Ice Staff I've also related to myself. Black Bullet 9 gets a kill with the bow, and Swindy finds one over on the other side, but Nam Dead Center loses his teammate Nam, and he backs off completely.
Yeah, that's rough stuff here. He's got the healing potion, though, and a couple of healing pots on him, so couldn't win a poke battle here. Has to just be careful about how he is engaging, and once he's fully in control of the fight, that's when you can fully commit here, but I want to see him just kind of poke. That's the only way you come out of 2v1s.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he needs to fight here, and this maybe is a player who has not had the experience of Realm Royale to maybe take this full tournament, but obviously has the skill to qualify, but this is where you might want to play safe. You only have one. You try to salvage these rounds we've seen in a lot of our previous tournaments, and just stay alive.
And now he's wide out in the open here. No cooldowns available to him. Little 2v1 easy for me. Look at this.
Oh, this is good.
Corlin and Rhino, I believe.
Ninum, actually. Ninum.
Corlin and Ninum.
Yeah, and Corlin moving forward. And we know that the other Os Rhino and Chronix won last round. This is their other Kanga Esports. 4 of the 5 members.
These are the DPS players. They got to come out on top of this.
They certainly do.
Come on, this is the back line.
They certainly do here. Venom in a good spot, but he doesn't quite find the angle that he's looking for. Here it is right now, above the head. Big headshot as well. Turns one into a chicken.
Yikes.
Now the Hunter remaining. That's a second. Yeah, this is going to be a fight going the way of Venom and his boy.
Wow, good stuff there. And holds the angle.
There it is.
That's a weapon he's going to be very, very familiar with here. Pretty decent, actually, on the shard economy here. Ninum with 80, and I believe the most expensive thing to craft is the weapons at the cost of 90.
Yeah.
So he would be able to forge almost one of those if he wanted to. Like we said, you forge guaranteed a class weapon. For the mage, I believe that is any of the staves, at least at the epic rarity or higher. And the cool thing about the forging is you do know when you get a legendary, because your timer when you're crafting will turn orange. I don't know what rune that was, but just so you guys know, that's what the runes look like. They're those little kind of rectangular diamond prism looking things.
Reminds me of the Guardians of the Galaxy thing. I don't know what it is.
A little Infinity Stone?
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's like the cube. I don't know what like the cube is. There's like a special cube.
The Tesseract.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, man. Great stuff for sure, and I love the rune system. It's going to give him some type of passive. We're not sure what it is. Right now you see Sticks and Six going in. He had the legendary axe last game, and now he is actually, I think he's still on the warrior. Yes, he is. He's got the axe again. It's epic this time, but it's still doing the damage. He finds a kill, and that's actually 3 for the squad.
I mean, this is, I believe, forge free. It's hard to say if he forged that axe. With 189 shards at this stage of the game,
it's a lot.
I'm leaning towards the fact that he just hasn't forged yet.
Yeah.
So he's got his epic throwing axe as well as the shielding shout. So he's in a really, really good spot as a warrior. Joel's and Hades here.
The brother combo.
Teaming up on Koala, take her down. And now Cusscutie, he's all alone. And he does see the kill feed, so he knows who he's up against.
And this is a bit of a problem as the fog has not moved yet. This new circle has been shown, and Cuss, I think he's the kind of guy that has the confidence. Dragon and Echo coming from the backside, though. This is going to put a wrench in his plan. And Cuss is going away.
Use it to his advantage, I think. I mean, he has to just kind of get lost in the chaos.
And now he's going to back.
Hopefully not get 4v1.
Wow, what a good withdraw. They don't know where he's at. He gets a big shot. He's got a good bow. It's actually only common, but I love the longbow here. But now Hades probably not going to let him get out. I mean, Hades not playing anymore, and we know that. Switch to the more of the coach-manager side for Kanga Esports, and Cuss, an active member of G2 Esports, one of the best teams in North America in Paladin. And still hitting some good bow shots
here. Gets another withdraw. Hades goes down. Joel, his baby brother's the only hope for him now. Almost puts him in the dirt entirely. Nice shot there onto Joel's, but he's still kicking.
My God, Cuss is about to clutch this 2v1. He's got to get the healing potion. He's just going in for the fight. And now I think this is when you need to hit 4. He does. He's going to get the heal as well. Big time move. And he's also got some armor, so I think he's going to start going for that. And now here you go. Echo Sand and Dragon still not part of this. Cuss has had a 2v1 this entire time. Hades, he is up, like you mentioned. He's trying to get the air shot, but now Echo Sand and Dragon play spoiler to the play. A good withdraw. He's still going to make it out.
Can he, though? My goodness. Now he's just retreating up the hill, and Hades. Unfortunate, honestly.
Seriously,
this is worst case scenario for Cuss. He's done a good job handling this, for all intents and purposes, 4v1 or 2v1, and then another 2v1. Not quite all at the same time here, but Joel's and Hades, they're not going to let this one go for free.
And here's Joel's fighting with a weapon that should not be fought with.
Shotgun sword, dude, come on, bro.
And he's just going against a longbow. It's not going to work. The only thing that is spoiling Cusscutie's valiant attempts here is the fact that there is this duo of Echo Sand and I believe Dragon on the backside, just pressuring him out, making sure he cannot go freely.
Hades needs to drop him a weapon. I mean, this is just silly. Come on, brothers, work together.
I mean, maybe there's a little brother quarrel going on. I don't know.
Got the slug and he's got the bow. Give Joel one.
Cuss barely making it out, using that edge of the line, if you see on the mini-map in the top right, to just get away from these players, and that's what he needed. That was phenomenal by Cuss, just to make it out alive. And the withdraw, he's got an epic withdraw, and that is such a valuable ability for the Hunter because he gets the 50% cooldown reduction on it as well.
It's awesome, and then you can leverage in time in stealth, and you're going to be able to have pretty good uptime on that ability. Cusscutie remains cool under pressure. He doesn't grab any kills, but he makes it out with his life.
Yeah.
And that's all you can really ask for.
Dude, if he had a better bow, I mean,
that was absolutely over.
I mean, and that was with a white crossbow, ladies and gentlemen. So Cusscutie definitely still a factor here in this game. And we're going to head over to Crossing. 21 teams remaining, 33 and 15. The team names respectively, Spurdo, Purdo, and Shipster. you got to wonder, is that actually Perdeau?
It's got to be the boys.
It's got to be, right?
It's got to be the boys here. Looking pretty looted as well. The hammer, heavy hammer, very, very fun weapon here for the Warrior. One of the class weapons, so he's going to do increased damage with it. You can see the infinity symbol because you do not have to reload. You can just yeet eternally with this thing. Does great DPS, especially again on the Warrior. I believe it's 2.5 shots per second, so you can really, really get cranking with that thing.
Ooh, dropping a couple of armor potions as well for his team. And again, you start out with 0 armor and you find those potions, which are very rare to loot. You can craft them at forges, but it's risky, and then you can build that armor up. That's why that rune we talked about, that gives you passive armor regen, it starts when you have 0. So you can just essentially have infinite armor pots, and they're very, very hard to come by. As you'll see, even Toker has none as well. And so we're seeing a little bit of a potential face-off between the two kind of pairs that we're fighting near Cuskooty. Now they're going to face off against each other.
Oof, Hayes taking a lot of damage early on in this engagement. Please give Joel a damn weapon. This is just
He's
silly.
got a weapon, Nick. It's a sword.
It's just a misplay, I think, in my opinion. Sword, incredibly effective on the Warrior. That's probably going to be hitting close to 1,000 damage, but it is literally melee range. Like, you have to be physically touching your opponent, which is very difficult.
And he's got the heroic leap, so it's interesting why he decides to. I mean, if anything, you want to kind of approach that, right? Like, it's
just a full. You have to full commit. That's the only scary thing about the sword.
He doesn't have the shout, I don't think, so that would maybe save him if he had a shielding potion shout for him and his teammates, but the brothers playing cautiously. And again, that's why I was so surprised that we saw the earlier fight and they just accepted 35 in placements, which is really going to hurt your chances at winning overall. A lot of these teams just deciding, let's just wait because we don't want to ruin our chances of winning first here overall.
Well, I see Benenu, but I don't see Anditster, so he may have gone down earlier on. Cuss still being hunted down here. Just absolutely unfortunate for the boy. Doing a nice job disengaging, though. A third party has entered the fray, but these shots just will not connect. Either would have been a kill.
And I think, I mean, Yukich going in there, I mean, he doesn't look very healthy, and Cuss has actually got a really nice angle onto both of them.
Hades goes down.
And Hades does fall, so Kanga Joel's by himself now, the younger brother having to do it all for the family.
Already 4 in the hand, so I think Joel, especially with obviously these crap weapons that he's got going on for himself, just play safe here. Just try and place highly, because you already have a decent amount of frags here, something that will definitely put you in the top couple of placements here if you can survive a little bit longer.
I mean, that's -8, right? So if you get top 10, like, that's a pretty good round. That's fine. Like, if you get top 7, I mean, you're going negative. That's a great round. So really, it's about surviving. Sheep and Drows fighting against Ninu's there. Healing totem inside of the house. This is a good place to hold. The bolt staff used again. Not a lot of great weapon options here, Nick, but they're going to try to use it. That bolt staff
Joel
actually coming into play.
Come on, brother.
And that was Joel's, like you mentioned, going down.
Just unfortunate. He runs into 2 almost fully armored players, not to mention full health.
Yeah.
That's not one you come out on top of with a common shotgun.
Well, there are now 15 teams remaining in game number 2. Remember, the lower the score, the better. You can take points off with eliminations, 2 for each elimination that you get. And of course, your placement is the score you receive at the end of the game. So it's about placing low so you don't have a high score, and then getting enough eliminations to eventually make that negative. Like golf, lower the better. 33 seconds before this fog circle starts to move. 15 teams, but 25 players remaining. A lot of solo players kind of hiding out.
Ninu's poking out at Sheep here. Same weapon, so the potion launcher. Press F in chat for the engineer. Legendary status with the flame enchant, just an extra little damage. Joshino, though, competing for the kill. 1 HP goes down as well. Incision still alive here. Teammate for teammate. Swindy far healthier than Incision, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think Swindy should win this fight by far. And now Incision's forcing the fog. That was actually a concussion grenade. Is he going to get chicken out of it? He's going to try to heal up. He has, just in time, found it. And the fog is not too far away. And Swindy knows he is hiding out there in the death fog. Incision going to jump. He's going to use the heroic leap. Now he's found the angle, and he mounts up. Beautiful stuff. 1 HP is thanking his partner because this is going to give them a better placement, most assuredly. Factos Rhino, and actually it looks like Chronics go down to Perdeau and Sheepa.
Oof, rough stuff there, and legendary heroic leap status. The cooldown here incredibly low, just under 5 seconds. That's an incredible resource for the Warrior to have here. He's got to be able to leap to safety. There are so many little killer bees buzzing up on his mountain.
And it just felt like it was almost over for Incision somehow, some way. And Drows and Sheep still up in here, chilling in the home, saying, "You guys doing a lot.
Summering.
We're just gonna simmer." It's going to simmer until we boil.
Still pretty healthy in the armor department as well. Out of potions, though, so no more. Will they be able? And proximity trap, legendary prox trap. I know that's got you going for sure.
Oh man, that is just one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites, and that's why I like Abyss Spike Dredge as well. You know, you set those traps, and you feel so good when they walk into it because you feel like 200 IQ. I placed that. And that was me. That was all me. You know, it wasn't Scuttle, no fall.
Literally no hope of not playing it. Too smart. Just no hope.
Literally no hope. And I think that's it's actually one of those things that has a little bit of value if a player knows how to use it, but it's definitely a preference thing, not what we'll see a lot of the Hunter or many of these players use. Stormtrooper finishing it off. We are in the top 10. It's Z1 Unknown, actually, who is here in the crowd. I haven't seen him yet. Him playing with Stormtrooper, former member of the Renegades, and they're going to take down with ease the boys Sheep, and then we'll find Bradnock's 8 remaining now, Nick.
Yeah, you can tell these two really coordinated with each other.
Yeah.
Shielding potion, healing shout. So only one warrior on that squad for the cooldown reduction, but that's still really effective mitigation. And those two good buddies, so they're going to be playing extremely coordinated.
You got to say it's coming down to Ninum, Corlin, and of course Z1 and Stormtrooper right now.
Probably, yeah.
I'm not sure if Cuss is still alive. In fact, I think he might be. I thought it was number 24. So Cuss may still be alive. I do see a solo player in 24. He's running across team 10 right there. No Jake Paul intended there.
Who is that over there? I couldn't get a read on it.
There it is. It is Cuss.
Okay, boy
and he's still alive. And look at this. Now he's got people focused on him. He's got to make his way through to the fog, though, Nick. He hits the healing potion.
Kanga's got his number this game, bro.
But Ninum and Corlin, they cannot run. They can't stay here either. Everybody's got to move. The fog is coming, and he's got that house between them. I think he's going to be in a good spot to survive again.
Yeah, thank God for withdraw here. Cuss Cutie using that effectively to get from tree to tree. You could tell Ninum shooting a tree that no one was behind. Little mage passive coming into play. Mages can hold more potions than anyone else. So you can see 15 healing pots and full armor for Ninum here in a good spot. Certainly, if he can stay healthy through this engagement.
I mean, if Ninum goes down, that's a help for the lobby because he's got an epic stone staff or stone spear. And it is just so deadly when it hits those headshots as well. Not a lot of fall off. And now Stormtrooper and Shady Prism getting going as well. The overhead view gives us a glimpse of that eastern side. Cuss Cutie making his way from the south to the west. And look at that, Stormtrooper finds at least the chicken on a Shady Prism. That should be another kill. 5 remaining now, and 7 players total. But everyone here is getting a score of 5, all the way down to 1. So they're going negative, essentially, all the teams remaining.
Stormtrooper, nice decision there. You could see the burst damage. That player just instantly deleted. 600 from the leap.
Oh, there it is.
Throwing axe lands as well. Cuss Cutie
done.
Finally taken down by the Australians. Ninum still pretty healthy, still has his armor. Cuss, of course, not much to offer as he's just had a rough game for sure. Corlin's got a good little setup going. He's got the legendary shielding shout. And again, both that purple hammer and the purple slug. And
we used to really, when we were casting a lot of these, Nick, part of the sign of a great player is when you have a rough game, how well can you place? And Cuss did a fantastic job.
Yep.
His team died so early. He got a 5, and maybe less, because I'm sure he got 1 elimination at least. Look at this kill, though. Nick, 12 kills for Stormtrooper and Z1 Unknown. Make it 13. Toa is going to go down. That is a negative 26, and now it's 3 teams. 3 teams remaining, 5 players. Stormtrooper getting low. He's going to go into the chicken. Z1 Unknown is also chicken, so Stormtrooper going near his teammate, maybe not the best play. Why doesn't he buy some time?
Corlin and Ninum here, and Z1 is going to be up fairly soon here. Ninum still full armor. I don't know how the boy's doing it here. Drops his healing totem out of cooldowns for the time being. And it looks like it will be Ninu versus Ninum and Corlin here. For not the entire victory, but damn near close. I think, did Z1 scoot away?
I think he did. He had to have, right? I mean, I didn't see him.
Yeah, there he is.
Z1 is alive, so now there's threats all across the board. Z1 and Ninu's fighting, and they are actually near each other. They are solo players. If
he's
going to
get it.
And he's just going to trade. He's going to find another kill. That's a negative 2 eliminations, but what a good thing. He gets second place, but does it matter? He actually comes out on top on that trade because he gets a negative 2 for the elim. So Z1 Unknown and Stormtrooper second.
Huge.
But it's going to be another win for Kanga.
Ninum and Corlin take this one.
I know it.
Beautiful stuff there, and Rhino taking the first one alongside another Kanga boy here. So Australia doing very well in the Realm Royale Founders tournament for the time being, but it's hard to believe that Stormtroopy and Z1 don't come out on top overall there.
They have to. I mean, the thing is, though, $1,000 for Venom. And I believe, it's Corlin? Yeah, Corlin. Yeah. But the thing is, though, that score from G1, Z1, and Stormtroopy, that is a score that you maybe wouldn't, like, that puts
That's not a 1 point lead.
No, that's negative 26 and a placing of 2. It's like negative, probably negative 30. They're probably going to get a negative 25, maybe more here in this set. He had to have run. I mean, I didn't see him. Z1 is alive, so now there's threats all across the board. Z1 and Ninu's fighting, and they are actually near each other. They are solo players. If he's going to get it, and he's just going to trade. He's going to find another kill. That's a negative 2 eliminations, but what a good thing. I love watching myself cast.
Great moment.
It's a beautiful moment there.
He stays cold, and that's the type of stuff. He knows he's probably not coming out on that 2v1, so just one more kill is going to be so worth it in that top 3 situation.
And I think you do have to try to figure these out. Like, what is the most efficient thing for me to do in this moment?
Yeah.
You know, trade that kill and die and get chicken, or try to fight 2v1 against Venom and Corlin and not get any kills, right?
I'm surprised that he even lived, right? That was kind of spooky how he was able to just scoot alongside that mountain. I guess stay right on the nose of Ninu there, but that's why you have to stay cool, because when there is more than, not a clean 1v1, right? When there's a lot of players swarming around, it is very easy to get lost in the chaos. It's hard for other players to know, is that someone else's teammate? Should I confirm this person? I have no idea who that is. So they end up scooting away there, but it is Australia coming out with the second victory. Obviously, 2 different players from Kanga.
And I mean, this is crazy. Kanga have gotten more wins in Realm Royale than they have in the entire HRX here at Dreamhack Atlanta on this stage. Unfortunately, though, for them, they will not be playing later this afternoon, but they are playing their butts off now. Congrats to them. We'll see if Game 3 changes it, and if we'll have a new winner that isn't from Australia in that one. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We just had some kick and break music, so I had to get a little dance on. It's Renee Pretty here for Game 3 of the Realm Royale Founders Tournament here at Dreamhack Atlanta, HRX 2018. We are just getting the day started. The crowd's continuing to walk in. We've got players who are vying for $25,000, $1,000 apiece for the victory. They're playing duos, and so far it has been all Australia dominating. Kanga Esports have had 2 different duos win both Game 1 and Game 2.
I mean, when you cast the dice 3 times, you're more likely to succeed here. So far, so good for the boys down under. Alpha picks himself up a nice little combo here, the longbow, and a nice little rune there. All the runes are of epic rarity, and they do provide pretty incredible bonuses.
Wish we
all passive stuff.
Yeah, it'd be great to find out, but you will if you play this game as well. It's obviously a free download, and make sure to check it out if you have some time. Obviously, a lot of great news being announced for the game, and here at HRX, a lot of hype for the future of what Realm Royale will hold, and it's been a lot of iterations that have, continued to develop kind of preferences and styles.
And the story of Butt Boy is one that
fantastic.
Definitely have to follow along here if you've been joining us for the Realm Royale Founders Tournament.
Sure.
Ever since I saw this guy in the first lobby, I knew he was going to be one that just gets absolutely farmed every single time.
A really amazing story. Rather quicker, I'd say you could call it a fable, but I'm not sure it has enough character count in the words. You might have to double space that one to maybe pass that off to your English teacher, but I think that is a valiant effort. A guy who deserves to go down in Realm Royale Founders Tournament history.
Cuss and Koala here engaging, and I saw her in the kill feed once, so Cuss must have resurrected her. Because I saw her go down extremely early on in the game at the Forge with the Scroll of Resurrection.
But he does, I mean, how did he get credits that fast, that quickly, and have that much time? I don't even know, Nick. You're talking crazy talk here. But when you talk about Cuss Cutie and Koala, it's all crazy talk. This guy made some incredible plays. Now it's Koala's turn to save her man. Cuss did so much work last game, but a throwing action in the back does not look promising. Dabs is coming in. Koala getting low, and there it is. It's going to be Lionheart, and I think Masked Rangers who are going to go ahead and finish off a couple of kills.
Cuss is definitely gone here. And the sacrificial lamb, Frito Bandito here, Lionheart, certainly taking his time landing this final axe, and Masked Strangers will
wants to line it up the right way
to come and lend his homie a hand there. Cuss definitely does get back up, though. Will he be able to survive? Another rough start for the young G2 support. Corlin takes out 1 HP with a nice little slug rifle here as the first couple of frags come in round number 3.
And now you see Pautek and Jim.
Who's Jim? Is that Thiel?
It has to be Thiel, right? Because he is coach, manager, player Jim, sub Jim. He's revolutionized what it means to be a coach. Fnatic just narrowly missing out on the finals. Being taken down by Na'Vi, who will be going for their back-to-back championships at 4 p.m. Eastern time today. Jim finding a couple of kills. It's starting to sound more and more like Thiel with the efficiency he took him down.
Poor Cuss, man. Keeps getting caught in these 2v1s with other PPL players. Not easy ones to definitely get out of. Cuss at about 25% HP. He just jumps out of the building, doesn't quite land the shot there. Joel goes down, and
oh no.
Did Hades even connect?
And look at this. That's what I'm saying. I mean, never count Cuss out, man.
He's slippery, man. Oh my goodness.
He really is.
What does he have?
He's played quite a bit of Realm Royale. Maybe you're surprised, but he is a very experienced Realm Royale player. Nino and Surretts, I actually probably don't think they have as much time in the game nearly as Cuss does.
Surretts going for the hidden over his Heroic Leap, and that's Heroic Leap's all he would need to put Cuss down here. Cuss trapped.
Oh, big shot.
Quick little one from Ninu there, and you got to say that's the way you probably expected it to go. Yeah. Good stuff, though, from Cuss. He's certainly not had an easy shake.
Look at this. He's still running around. I mean, if anyone's going to make it alive with this chicken, it's going to be Cuss. But the sword definitely gives him a high. Oh my God, he's back in the window. Okay, he's got a few seconds. Oh, he's got to just get taken down. It's always fun to see the chicken go.
Shipster Surretts toe picking up 2 of his own. There are a lot of people dropping. Currently a little rough leap there, not going to cover much ground there. Surretts tries to get a heal off. Just trying to disengage at this stage of the game. Evil Eye Vex versus Incon and Toe.
And someone else is coming into the party as well, but they're not here quite yet. Team 27 moving into Trinity Hills. Pautek finding Phoenix on that side, but Toa goes down. Incon now trying to hold this angle. He's going to fall as well. And so this will be Vex and Evil Eye trading out with a fight still. Got to get these chickens. And on Trinity Hills, Nick, although Toa, gets down early, he's going to make it out because there's so much room to run.
Shielding Potion Heroic Leap is available as well. 2 kills already in hand. Incon goes down, so this is the easy disengage call. Plenty of consumables here to heal up with as well. 159 shards. You can see they were at the Forge in Trinity Hills trying to get something going for themselves, but unfortunately their plans are cut short by Team 28. Evil Eye and Vex will now hold control of Trinity.
Todd's finding a kill on HRX 23. Breakdown now, 29 teams remaining and 1 minute and 50 before the fog starts to move. In fact, the fog is moving, and that is something that you will notice with the exclamation point. It means danger, right? Things are happening. I think I combined, because of my voice, a Yoshi sound that was a little bit more like the Yoshi Badink versus the, I don't know, I'm still doing Yoshi. You know what I'm going for though, right?
Fog is coming, I guess at the end of the day is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, Nick, you're better at words than me, apparently.
Hit him with the VF.
Onomatopoeia.
I think that's
where I leave.
Is that what Fog is coming? VF?
I want to be the yeah, it is. Fog is coming. Very simple. You press V, you press F. Your character lets you know fog is coming. In fact, in Realm Royale, what I like is actually the characters be like, healing potion right now, getting me some armor. And you're just like, I didn't need to know that, but that armor potion worked out. And you're like, oh, wow, okay, thanks, man. Good.
It's all about that tertiary communication. That's what really brings a squad together.
And it almost isn't, it's involuntary, so it brings these characters to life for better or for worse. No, once heard. No, I was gonna go farther in on the joke.
I mean, more involuntary communication from these guys is just more ammunition for Joe to remix in his hot mixtapes.
There's no doubt about it. What was the song called? It was Can You Bach Me? Can You Bach Me? Yeah, really big hit. It was the Realm Royale, I think, theme song for a long time. And you have to give credit to Joe Bro for creating that one. It really was a masterpiece. He is our meme master, our meme maestro.
Just another hot Joe Bro joint.
Joe Bro joint on 97.555. The joints. With Joe. It's like, I get it. But it works. It definitely works. Okay, 10 seconds now. Fog is coming. VF here for everyone playing. Nighthawk trying to make it in, and there are still a bunch of players fighting for this $1,000 today. Nighthawk and L&D still moving forward towards the backside, and they're going to run into a couple of players, but let's check in with Vex and Evil Eye over by Cold Mist.
Definitely trying to hunt down one more incision. Already down in chicken form.
Got him.
Right into trouble there. Heavy crossbow. Epic rarity as well. This one is a fun one for the hunter. One of the class weapons as well. No damage fall off over distance. So really, really cool to be able to poke out with from long range there. Sheep up in the house there. A lot of people actually getting flushed in from this southwest side. Fire throwing axe online. And those are always kind of scary to see in the kill feed, especially when you look down and you still got a common shotgun.
Agron's and Anhu over on that right side. He's got the sniper. We haven't seen a lot of this in this tournament. One, due to its rarity, but even when it was available, we saw the first team in Os Rhino and Chronix actually pass it up. And that is surprising. Not sure if that's fallen off that much or maybe people aren't familiar with it, don't trust it, want something a little bit more reliable. And that's a nice soar for the assassin. He gets into a good spot behind the rock nick and trying to take the high ground here.
Ooh, I have to go for the no-scope here. He's going to hit it. Longbow shot. Good as well from the teammate coming in hot with the heavy hammer. That is a hell of a lot of burst damage and not much you can do to react to that.
Well, that was, I mean, that was pretty accurate for a no-scope.
Yeah, it's really not bad. It is far better than the Talon rifle and Paladins.
And we've got, exactly.
Strix could learn a thing or two.
Strix could learn a thing or two. That thing will go to Timbuktu if you no-scope, if you try to no-scope. Like, I have no idea where that bullet disappears to, but it is not easy. You got to be up in the nostril to make sure you guarantee a hit there. Heavy hammer, Nick, let's talk about that. A little bit different than the throwing axe, and we do see a lot of weight put behind it. It is the legendary version.
Yeah.
How big of a threat is that?
He's going to be swinging for the fences here, just shy of 1,000 damage, I believe. And I did not see any enchantment on that, actually. So no fire enchant means he probably won't break that 1,000 damage barrier. But it just comes out so quick. It's one of the bigger projectiles. It's got no, no gravity to it. So it's just laser beams across the map. Incredibly useful from that mid to close range for sure.
Ninu's now on the mounts, and this is one of the cool things about Crown Royale. It is a very big map, let's be honest. But you have mounts to get around. You just hit it, I believe it's Z, and just hop on your mount whenever you feel comfortable, or maybe shift. I don't know.
Depends what you're bound to. Z is definitely the default.
Z is definitely kind of the default, and that's where you want to go to it. Some players do the adjustments here. As you see a couple of chests. I think worth looting. Doesn't really have like great skills, really only a rare crossbow, and he's going to find the same exact one there, longbow, excuse me.
It's funny, it feels like a lot of these guys gravitating towards the longbow. Pretty consistent weapon. Yeah. A nice little drop coming out here. A lot of cool stuff in these airdrops. Armor potions, usually a legendary weapon, some type of rune as well, and Vex 30 will receive all of it.
Really nice shielding potion as well. Shielding shout, I believe, right? So that's...
I think he just picked up a legendary dodge roll as well by the looks of it.
And look at this Juggawine. We saw Cuss Cutie do some work. There's another room. We're not exactly sure what that does, but it is good. And that means that he's definitely gotten significantly better in this fight. He's got the legendary withdrawal, which means he's going to go into stealth.
We would know what it does. That makes us sound a little dumb. We know what it would do if we could see the text on it. They're just big passive bonuses, and
it doesn't show up for us in Spectator. So only the players know.
We can't see it.
We could read if we had the chance to read it.
We can use context clues, though. Obviously, we saw one guy who had the armor regen. If you obviously some of these cooldowns, if they're just really, really low, then you might be able to infer that they've got something like the cooldown rune. There's stuff like chicken health, chicken speed, player movement speed, lifesteal, anti-heal, CC immunity, all that kind of cool stuff. So again, the runes, incredibly powerful. I don't like the chicken ones personally because it's like, well, I have to die to get value out of this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I ain't planning on dying.
I ain't planning on dying. But, you know, if you do die, I think if Cuss Cutie had that chicken rune maybe back when he was trying to escape Sheepa and, or who was it, Surets and Ninu, he would have been happy boy, that's for sure. Swindy and Joshino actually still alive, making it to the top 16. 27 players still remaining here, as we seem to be having an old manor ending yet again. That is where round one did. And Spurdo Purdo, the man with the plan, just firing longbow arrows just into the abyss.
I feel like this is the first time I've seen Perdo, and I've known him for a while, try and make a funny.
Make a funny with Spurdo. Yeah, Spurdo.
This is it.
This is his epitome, the pinnacle of humor. Purdo humor. I think, Sheepa has really come out of his shell. You've seen the long hair Sheepa really for the first time, and he's just standing up taller.
He's not a hipster, he's a shipster.
He's a shipster. And, I think, I don't know, he's getting some looks. He's getting some looks. He definitely catches some eyes. Sheepa showing up here big time in HRX more ways than one.
Ooh, look at this
what
camera
a
work.
Shot. James Cameron in the back? Like, what's going on? My goodness.
Coming out the cathedral. Looking real hot. Forge control, Swindy and Joshino.
It's $1 million shot right there.
It certainly is, man.
Jeez. Hope that's not coming out of my paycheck. My goodness.
Michael Bay explosion maybe in the background.
I know. The production keeps on stepping it up. I mean, it's unbelievable. Spirito Perdo here, holding it down. Another Bolt Staff end game. Nick, is this?
They're about it. I mean, it did get buffed recently. So I don't know. I was just so burned by it the first time I used it. I was just like, I took an oath never to use it again.
You were like that book that I always reference that you never read, that all the other players read.
The advantages of disadvantages?
No. The Dalinar and Kaladin.
The advantages of disadvantage. Well, let me tell you about the disadvantage of the Bolt Staff here, brother. Trash.
Trash. No, you almost took an oath, you know, to the Stormfather there. Well, look at that, the throwing axe. Actually, the heavy axe, the heavy hammer, and the throwing axe as well. Lionheart getting close to hitting one of them, but not quite, and that is going to hurt your chances at killing a player in Realm Royale.
Great little loadout here for Mr. Vex. Legendary dodge roll. Epic shield shout here. Mass Strangers getting moved in on.
Big kill.
Confirms the kill. Epic sniper just
passes it up. Oh, it's the fog.
He shooketh. I mean, if you want it,
I think when you have the bow,
you got a healing shout. You're fine.
Yeah, you don't really look for another weapon. Look at this, Canadian Savage.
Ooh, nice shot.
Nice heavy hammer throw, and he's going to get it just in time to get back on the mount. He's put Draken in a bad spot. Stormtroopy finding a kill now onto the little D low. 8 teams remaining, 12 players. The fog has just moved in. Things are getting tighter and tighter in Game 3. We've seen 2 Australian teams win, but at this point, we haven't checked in with any Australian yet. I'm not sure if any are alive. We may be crowning a new victor. Nope.
Oh, there's Chronix.
There's Chronix and Osrhino up on top. Team 17 are winners of Game 1, and they've already got 4 eliminations.
And a legendary Bolt Staff. Yeah. My goodness. I don't know if it's drop rate. I don't know.
They swore the oath.
Personal preference here.
To the Bolt Father.
And this is a really, really good combination.
It is.
That they were running into, though. I mean, double heroic leap with the hammers would have been good there, but Dab's not in sync with his teammate whatsoever. And they both get picked apart.
And, you know, interesting to see Osrhino really favoring that heirloom rifle yet again. He's got the Bolt Staff yet again in a secondary slot on his weapon.
Oh, man. Legendary blast shot, too.
Yeah, this is what Chronix used to really secure that last tricky kill midair. Blast shot into the bow. He's got the crossbow this time, but it is heavy for a reason. Still going to get the damage off, Nick, when he needs it.
Absolutely. He'll be able to poke out very effectively at distance. Bolt Staff, while I believe doesn't have any damage fall off, it's not going to be pretty reliable from range. So Rhino is going to be looking to do most of his damage. Of course, with this heirloom rifle, another projectile weapon here. They have a nice little setup going. I think if they play this one slow, they're definitely looking like one of the favorites here. Already 6 kills in hand, only 9 players remaining.
And now, like you mentioned, 6 kills, so 6 teams remaining. Max score they're going to receive is a 6 because you get your placement as a score. And that means that they have now 6 eliminations, -2 each. And that means they're going to have a -6 at the very least heading into this round. They've already won Game 1 and $1,000. They're primed to win Game 3 and take it again for the Australians. This is complete domination from down under if Osrhino and Chronix can pull this one out. I don't see why they can't.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good spot right now. Inside of a house, inside of the next zone. I believe the circle following this circle is when you know what's about to hit the fan. A lot of people are probably going to die here. Not too many people left, though, to be honest. Only 9 players up. Yeah. As opposed to game number 1, when I think there was something like 14 as we were heading into the really, really tight zones down the stretch there. 1 forge is still in play. These 2 players not really close enough to want to use it. I don't really know what they would want to be forging. Maybe just rolling the dice for another rune here, maybe another ability. They certainly have the shards to spare.
So the fog slowly moving in near Old Manor, but towards the back side of it, the northeastern part of this map that's just near the water's edge, as the snow fallen ground and the high trees kind of set the landscape for this ending circle. These players on Kanga Esports are now having to go against G2 Esports' best there in the support, and the main fragger Evil Eye and Vex, respectively. It is not going to be an easy kill to get this W, but it will be worthwhile as $1,000 is on the line.
Evil Eye and Vex placing pretty well in game number 1. Can't really remember where they fell in game 2. Oh, we're starting to get to crunch time here. This is a 5-game tournament.
Yeah.
This is game 3. Next one will be the second to last. Stormtrooper does pick up the Frost longbow kill, though. He looks like he is all alone, and he's about to run into trouble.
He realizes
here.
he's not anymore.
Nice little juke there. Luke Goblin spawning. I don't really know what that means for these boys.
It's the Bellafroids. I don't know what happened, how they get out of production, out of adminning, and onto the battlefield. We'll maybe ask Stormtrooper because he is surely done playing, at least for this round. That's a big kill from Vex. That puts their score up a little bit higher. I'm curious how many eliminations they have. It is now 4 teams remaining. I Am Jaeger and Jugawine, who we followed a lot earlier. Rhino and Chronix, and then, of course, Vex and Evil Eye, who just picked up yet another kill.
Where did that Luke Goblin go? I want to see what he drops.
Disappeared.
I've never seen one. I have yet to run into one in game.
Well, they just come and steal the loot and they bounce, dude. Faster than you could say disenchant.
Remember our boy FR Barrows?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, the man could have stood in for the Luke Goblin if they ever didn't have enough in the server. Disenchant, I mean, on cue.
Legendary sniper here with the lightning enchant that's going to reveal not only the Evil Eye, but for Vex for a couple of seconds after landing a shot. If you're still alive here, Chronix and Rhino about to get into it. Obviously, Chronix, I think, has spotted his foes here, and he's going to land there. And that's a great way to open the fight. Vex is taking a lot of return fire, though. He's extremely low.
And you see Rhino using that bolt stack just to poke, and now Evil Eye has to get away. He's relatively low, and a nice healing potion, but 10 seconds on the cooldown. Make that 8, it looks like, for the Blink at a common level, which is very odd. If he could just get a rare, maybe just an epic, he could have so much more value. He's going to go in and find a rune. That is a very big deal heading into this late game.
A little bit of action happening. Jaeger goes down somehow. I have to imagine that's from Rhino and Chronix here.
Yeah.
Evil Eye and Vex. I think a good move for them is once they hear the chaos to try and move in and, so to speak, referee this fight and make sure that they come out on top.
He knows.
Striking in a bad spot here. Evil Eye's just going to put him down.
Got to clean it up, though. He didn't get the chicken, and that doesn't mean he gets this elimination until that chicken is down. Evil Eye looking for it, but he doesn't want to leave the house. Oh, boy, this is an opportunity for Traken to stay alive, and he's behind that box. He is in the fog ever so slightly, but he doesn't want to move. Evil Eye kind of biding his time and saying, all right, I'll let you get up.
Safe. I mean, his health bar's not going down.
Yeah, it's ever so slightly.
Man,
just inside.
That's got to be, I mean, he's got a big toe inside of the safe zone at this point. 6 kills, though, for Vex and Evil Eye here.
Look at that.
Just hiding behind the boxes. It's tough to tell where exactly the next safe zone is going to be because of all the icons still filling it up, but you best believe it's going to be real small. I expect just about everyone to be pushed out of these 3 houses or what remains of them.
And now Jaeger, actually, if he moved, I'm not sure if he's in the upstairs. He might have to go through the fog to do it. He could get a clear vantage point on where Traken is. But I think Jaeger now with his teammate down, just looking to hold. He knows Chronix and, of course, Rhino are to the right. He knows they won game 1. And I think Evil Eye and Vex are the only 2 that people aren't quite sure about who is piloting this house, holding down this angle. It's going to get crazy in about 15 seconds.
Yeah. So we've got, looks like 2 solos here and obviously 2 teams left, total of 6 players. Chronix and Rhino looking for their second win, second $1,000 pull of the tournament here. If they can grab
look at this.
And you got to wonder they've probably been creeping up towards the overall standings as well. Traken soars up on top of the roof. You can't stand. It's not passable ground.
Look at this. He's right into Chronix. And, of course, Rhino will find the kill on a Traken. That soar did not end well. I Am Jaeger now exposed by himself, and they know it. Evil Eye and Vex, when do they make their move? It is now. Nice blast shot, legendary level. Big shots from the heavy crossbow. It's looking like Australia are going to take this one. Nice soar as well. Rhino, the front line, gets into the front line. The Vanguard cleaning it up for Kanga, and now they're going to find this kill. Only 1 remaining. I Am Jaeger, get on out of here, buddy. There's no way you're winning this fight.
Yikes.
It's going to be another one for the Australians. Game 1 and game 3 go to Chronix and Rhino.
A front line and a support, bringing it home for the boys down under. Their second victory. They are already going home $2,000 richer. That's a pretty high frag game for them as well. So you have to imagine with 2 wins in their belt, they are certainly creeping up towards that overall leader as well.
I mean, this is just an incredible performance from them. Who would have thought that on, Championship Sunday, these guys would be still in the show? Thought Kanga was out of this thing. And again, the 3rd game goes the way from down under. This is actually just starting to get comical to me.
How can they stop this? I mean, this is crazy.
I don't know.
They're rolling the dice 3 times. These Kanga boys just keep coming out on top. Good frags from all of them around.
Very good.
But I think just the loot synergizing with those hunter passes at the end of the day. Chronix has managed to get himself a good blast shot every time. So just so much burst damage. And that's one of the things about Rum. You're just not really prepared for it sometimes.
Let's take a look at that last fight. Well, this time I don't get to hear myself. I'm sad. But yeah, I Am Jaeger really just a footnote in the journey of
he gave it a best shot
of Chronix. And you know what? It's really not that bad because he's a solo player. He saves that spot for his team. He gets second, right? And Evil Eye and Gus, you know, not killing I Am Jaeger, not killing Traken. You know, that solo player ends up taking a spot, pushing them back, and making one of their eliminations only worth half. So it was a good score for him.
I feel like they killed everyone in that top 7 there. They made that guy solo player. They managed to pick one off. We're going to go ahead and take a quick little peek at some of these stats overall here. Like we mentioned, this is a 5-game set. It's going to be 27 under, 14 frags for Rhino and Chronix. What a score.
Yeah, and that is one where they don't.
This was round 1.
They don't even have to trade at this point.
Okay, yeah. So this was round 1 actually. This round 2, taking a look. And it's, I know it's confusing because it was actually the exact same top two teams. Here's a look at round 3. Still pretty damn good. 21 under, 11 eliminations there. Evil Eye and Vex come in 3rd with 9. Great stuff.
You got to say the Chronix and Rhino, not only winning 2 games, getting 2K now.
That's nuts.
They are in the prime position to win this overall tournament as we take a look at the overall standings after game number 3. Wow, negative 42. I mean, no one's catching them as long as they just place in the top 10, I'd say.
You just got to hold it together at this point.
You just hold it together. I mean, this is huge. Corlin and Nindam looking to place 3rd as well. I mean, they're just as close to anybody else in winning the top prize. If you hadn't thought about the idea I had of splitting it between Kanga Esports, hot damn Hades, get on the phone, get on Discord.
I'm sure Hades
say, guys, hey, I got a great idea.
All right, gentlemen, well, good work today. I just want to go into now the numbers breakdown for what everyone is going to be getting, of course, piece of
so
this
obviously,
pie.
You know this was a Kanga-sponsored event, so thus this goes to the org, and so I'll have to be obviously claiming.
You guys are playing with Kanga equipment.
Kanga jerseys on.
Yeah, it's just you know, it's the way of the road.
It just, you got to pay your dues. I don't know what to say, but I know, I love it. I think this is a really fun way that the event could have gone. We have 2 more rounds remaining, and it's already been a great show for us here, getting the day started. And apparently we are hearing that we are just going to go right into the next game. They are loading up. There was that little break in between round 1 and round 2, but they have been so fast about getting back into it.
They certainly have. There's Evil Eye, the man who's come in 2nd place. The Australians twice in more ways than one there. Now having an opportunity now, game 4, it's on the line. It's coming to a close. When you have this 30-point lead going into the final 2 games, not a lot of room, barring any major mistakes from those 2. They're looking like a clear favorite. Yeah,
they certainly are. And I think this, at this point, has maybe gotten out of hand, allowing a team to win 2 out of the 5 here in this lobby. That's pretty crazy. But that is really what we've seen in Realm Royale. I mean, especially looking at the past tournaments, we've seen teams like the Kefris and the Birds, you know, the Shrouds and Jatobos. We've seen these kinds of things where these players have just put a dynamic duo together and nobody could touch them throughout the day.
Yeah.
And it just kept on getting worse and worse for everybody else in the lobby.
And there it is, the brothers from Kanga Esports, Hayes and Jules.
I want some of this money.
Big bro and little bro. Bro, give me a gun, mate.
Give me a gun,
All I've got is a sword and a shotgun.
Jules, what are you doing, mate? That was like a little British. I always,
that's your wheelhouse, though.
I have to stay there. I have to stay there. I have to stay there.
Play the hand you're dealt.
I went out of pocket. I have to come back in. I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, Dreamhack.
Sorry, I apologize to everybody in Australia for that.
Vex and Evil Eye, a little Trinity drop action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other squads here, duos, I should say. Z1 already filling up the kill feed. Nice little shotgun. This is a great early game weapon, especially at this range. Evil Eye. Ooh. And Vex will put one in the pocket early.
I like it. Evil Eye already getting started. He knows that they are close. They are close to making a move. And they have to have a hell of a round here. And this is where things get interesting because we've also seen, despite those teams dominate, in 5 rounds, there is more room for a mistake. A positive 35, for instance. A big kill now onto Chronix or to Os Rhino, getting that team eliminated. could totally change the dynamic. That would probably give Vex and Evil Eye a chance to take the lead.
They've already put Stormtroopy and Z1 down. These are big threats. These are guys that, you know, they top fragged one of these games by so far and away.
Gotta kill them.
So it's really good to see them off the board. This gives a lot of confidence. Teammates clashing here in Trinity Hills, though. Cuss and Koala raining some pressure on Evil Eye and Vex.
And Z1 gets away. That was just not efficient for anyone because Z1 and Stormtrooper had that great round. It's good for the lobby to get them out of the fight, to eliminate that team, make them take a positive 34. It's still a lot of work for Z1 to do to get out of Trinity Hills. But right now, man, who would have thought G2 Esports coming back to bite themselves?
Nice ice block, and Cuss is going to go down. Evil Eye puts him in the dirt. Koala nearby. Can she save her man? Up and over the window, out of the window. Evil Eye will follow him with a blink. Nice little vault to get back on the inside. Vex is rejoining the fight now as well. Longbow drawn. He's putting the pressure on, but Cuss is up in 3,
the godlike chicken.
1.
Oh, he's going to get fried. Unfortunate there. And that is really, you hate to see it. Teammates taking down teammates, letting big threats go off the board. That fight just shouldn't have happened. But you can't know. You can't know. It just happens. That's the thing of a battle royale. It's all random, but they did let a big fish go. That is for sure. Z1 is still alive here, and so his team will continue to earn a better score.
A little foraging happening right now. You can tell the VFX when they're smoking out of the chimney. That's how you know someone is crafting something nearby. And you collapse on them. Maybe steal the loot. Loot is locked to the player that crafted it for 10 seconds, and then it's free game. And that unfortunately includes your teammates disenchanting it. So don't get after trolling each other. We have felt that pain all too real.
Yeah, make sure you switch the weapon slots, because I believe once you pick it up, even if it's within the 10 seconds and you try to drop it to like move it with your other weapon, or maybe just switch it out with your sword instead of your slug rifle, that disenchant, you know, that window goes out the window, literally as well. So make sure you have good communication there, otherwise you will be...
Oh man, Rhino and Chronix here against Corlin and Ninum teammates. This is top 1 and 2 squads here. Rhino in some trouble, has his sword available right now. Corlin's giving him the hands though. This is big. If they go down this early, that is gonna hurt their lead tremendously.
And you know what, Chronix, look at him. He's trying to just get away. He's trying to just save his life. The thing that I think is helpful, are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness.
You kidding? Was that Chronix who just got that shot? Are you kidding me? He saves the day. This is the team in the lead. And Ninum's gonna go down. Chronix, the god with the white crossbow. He does it with a common and turns it around on his own teammates, no less.
I mean, he's making a case to get himself back on DPS here for Ganga Esports. He has been incredible, very well played. Careful and calculated from Rhino and Chronix to stay alive, take down not only 2 big players, but their teammates as well.
He's like, you know, I'm gonna flex on support and then flex on you, and make sure Ninum knows that I could play DPS if I wanted to. Chronix is like...
Let the young rookie know.
Let the young rookie know, I'm doing this for you, okay? It's not because I need to, all right? I can play this role. And it was funny going back into it. We had just a remembering of some of those great sets. And Chronix has one of the great moments in Paladins, just some legendary crossbow stuff with Cassie on Ice Spines against QG to save the set there.
Yeah, dude's a beast. He's been playing for, man, a really extremely long time. Since the first Invitational. Sperdo Perdo here in a 1v2, and down he will go. I don't know if Shipster's around, but doesn't appear as though he is.
Yeah.
And what a little piece of loot to give them.
Not a good performance from Shipster and Sperdo Perdo. But I like that they went a little wacky with it in the names, and that to me is a win in my book.
New name, same placement.
Yeah, same placement. Oh God, that's gotta hurt. Elwin Path is curling up somewhere into a ball. No, I'm kidding. He's standing up tall and saying that Virtus Pro is the best. You can't shake the confidence from the captain, and for good reason. They are some great players. Didn't put it together this tournament against the world champs, potentially back-to-back, and no one can blame them for that.
Certainly not here. 3 kills in hand for Six and Refa at Timber Mill. They've already completed their forging, it would appear.
Six is fragging.
Yeah, he's got his epic heavy crossbow as well.
He's taking that.
Does he want it?
Oh yeah, you know he's taking it, dude. He's got too many axe kills, bro.
I guess so, yeah. Like when you're looking at what weapons he's got, you you know, at mid-range, slug rifle, heavy crossbow, it's sort of the same wheelhouse, right? You're going to be effective closer up with that axe just because it is so big. It's pretty hard to miss. I choked like 6 close range, so I'm just going to say that in theory, on paper, sometimes in practice, it can be easy to choke. That's why I like the heavy hammer, though. I feel the heavy hammer for me is a little bit more reliable than the throwing axe.
Yeah, heavy hammer has that kind of, it's a different arc too, so sometimes you're just more comfortable. I think it's very, I don't know, person dependent as to what you kind of enjoy most. Vex and Evil Eye facing off against Joshino and Swindy, and those two good friends, both from England, I believe, and here at the event. There's the Loot Goblin. Vox.
What does he drop?
Appears again.
So bad. He's tanky. Look at that guy go.
Man.
Okay, so he just dropped
a little
shards.
thicker than Vox.
Definitely. I mean, are they gonna? They're just gonna let him go? Okay.
But he got some shards. What is that?
5 shards.
5 shards, bruh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wow, that's game changing.
I wanted to see him get the frag on the Loot Goblin.
Yeah, I mean,
I would imagine he drops the best stuff in the game, right? He's like a moving chest with health.
He was kind of freaking fast.
They were lighting him up too. They caught him on the spawn. They caught him on the spawn. We're just ripping him with a venom pistol
and a lightning staff or bolt staff.
You know, I think that's where they went wrong.
Does that say more about the bolt staff or the Loot Goblin? might be a little bit about both there.
It's tough, right? He starts out strong against the venom pistol. Maybe I should focus on this action in front of me, though. A little longbow. Nice shot potentially there, but not going to find a home. Harris. Not today, sir, but he does have a nice little epic ability load out here, the blast shot and the dodge roll.
Well, it's 22 teams remaining. 2 minutes before the fog starts to move. That's when it's yellow, and then when it's red, it means the fog is moving. 41 players, though, so about all the pairs left that you would imagine. It's going to be eventually some single players who are surviving, trying to get a better score for their teammates.
Here's the leaders, though. Chronix and Rhino up against Harris and Octo OG. Octo tries to get in there first and just gets obliterated. A lot of damage here. Gotta uncrouch here. Rhino in some trouble, and poor Harris didn't even know where Chronix was. Chronix goes flawless through that fight. It didn't even take a point of damage.
I mean, I don't think us Rhino saw him until he got at least 1 shot off. And then
he was holding the crouch for a long time.
He missed every shot.
Not making it very hard.
Listen, I think that was a misplay. Osrano should have been chickened at least, but unfortunate there. Harris and him had the opportunity. You don't know who it is until you see it in the kill feed. That's the thing. You got to respect all your opponents. You didn't know you were facing against the team that's won 2 games here and is in the lead currently overall. Lionheart heading over to Crossing, a map area that's been expanded throughout the patches of Realm Royale and has gotten to be one of the more loot-infested spots in the game. And we're seeing 6 here in Rufax kind of meet up 4 eliminations to their name as of now.
Little engagement happening here, and some throwing axes going out. The Mixer Boys, 1 HP and Incision, alive, but certainly a little bloodied here. After the initial engagement. Dabs and Canadian Savage with the armor advantage. Should look like a pretty good opportunity for them. And again, split up here, 1 HP and Incision. Big shot there to the back of the head as he tries to get around the logs.
Do you think, you know, Canadian Savage, because he's such a savage, is going to be dabbing on the haters here in the lobby?
Depends if he finds any haters. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be a hater to his face.
I would be a hater as well. I mean,
I'm not trying to play around and get dabbed on.
The guy says that he's savage, and I mean, you can't do anything about
that.
Yeah.
The Guild of Savage.
Absolutely.
See where he ranks.
That's right. That's Hinduman's thing. How did he take it? Unbelievable. I guess maybe he's British Savage. This is the Canadian version, so every country, every region kind of, you know.
Yeah, the 1,000 Savage Guild.
The 1,000 Savage Guild.
So it's all about where they rank, right? We're pulling cards.
We're pulling cards here. Today, Canadians, they take the W here. If anything but naming in Realm Royale. Upgrade only. Looking for some more upgrades because he's really only got a common weapon and a rare revolver, which is pretty decent, but it's not what's going to most likely carry him through a game where there's still the leaders around, still some good players. 6, while we're watching this, actually finds another kill, so that's 5 for them.
27 players left alive here as we head past the 10-minute mark. Everyone trying to get into the next safe zone. A lot of forges being taken out here. Underpass looks like it. Actually, a forge removed there from Underpass. I didn't notice that until now. Northport.
Big fight.
Some action as well. A lot of big names in the kill feed here. Rhino takes the first one down in Con, and Toe goes down as well. Chronix and Rhino, they just can't be stopped.
I mean, and they just stick to it, right? They just see the bow, they grab it.
Got 8 already, dude.
And man, this is looking like a very bad moment for them. And you know, Ninham, And those guys, they could have stopped this. They could have stopped this because if they go down there, that's a positive 30 and maybe like no elims. And now they've basically only got 13 teams remaining, and they've already got 8 elims, Nick. That means that, you know, the max they're going to get is a positive 1. They're going to be minus 41 at worst.
Yeah, this is rough for them.
Ouch.
Only 13 teams remaining here. So they're looking very, very good. Wow. Kills just falling into their lap at this point. And with a 30-something point advantage already, big game here for them as well. They're going to go into game 5, I think, by far the leaders. And
just don't
there
die.
comes a point where you can't bring it back.
Yeah, at this point, I think if they, in game 4, place top 10, and they get maybe 2 or 3 more eliminations, I think it's over. Yeah, as long as they don't have a drastically horrible round. And of course, you would see
they got to get to plus 20. Our second place has to kill everyone in the lobby.
Are Evil Eye and Vex still alive, or did we see that?
Yeah, I think they are.
So that would be the other group to follow along with, because they're number 2. We're seeing a lot of players here who haven't necessarily kind of impacted this game yet, as we do get kind of down to the wire.
Damn.
Cullen Rock gonna go down.
Dialed in there. Rhino and Chronix pick up another one. Mr. Jim goes down. A lot of bolts landing here. The crossbow, if you're good with it, crossbow is one of the highest DPS weapons in the game, especially on a hunter.
Ooh, and this is the hunter loadout of gods. He's got the crossbow for more damage. He's got the longbow for more damage as well. But he's got the passive cooldown reduction here. Evil Eye and Vex, these are the 2 that could do it. But they will go down. At least Evil Eye will. And Vex still alive. A bare bit of health. And he has decided, I think, just to try and give it up here. They know they cannot outrun this. That is your second place team, I believe. Now getting taken down. And that's got to hurt. But Shady Prism and Crippler, look at those guys. 10 elims here. They're already negative. Only 7 teams remaining.
Looking good. Looking good for sure here. Rhino.
Oh, 6.
Chronix, when they see that kill feed filling up with those names, though, they know they're in a good spot here. Crossbow shots, good. It's easy to choke them axes, man. I'll tell you what here. 8 kills for 6 and 1 for his teammate, which he just saved.
That's nutty. This guy's going off.
The boy for eggs.
Who is...
Wait, what a loadout.
Who is 6? Do we know him?
No.
We got to get a camera shot.
I don't know.
I was just wondering. Maybe it's somebody we know playing under a different name, because this guy's actually been fragging out every game pretty consistently. And I bet he's near top eliminations for single players in this overall round of 5. This is Swindy and Joshino, and actually Rafak's going to come in on the backside. A couple of other kills there, and now Joshino's going to go down.
Big flank here from Ref. Got to put the final shot in there, though. Nice ghost walk. And 6 will do the deed here. 9 now, 11 overall for team 13. 10 players remaining, 5 teams overall. Canadian Savage and Dabs rotating in healthy, but certainly not with the high ground advantage.
Oh, man, this is definitely looking bad. 6 seems like he knows his way around the bow and around the axe, and those are 2 of the best weapons to understand how to use. Dabs definitely dabbing on him right there. Canadian Savage running away. Says, I'll save my Savage for another day.
Got a hit there. Dismount. Maybe it was a heroic leap fall there. If you fall from too great of a height, you do, it's not reflected in the spectator animation, but you do kind of get stunned for a moment. You can't take any action or cast ability, shots, that sort of thing. So you are vulnerable when falling from great height. Not like that, though. You can hit the little electric slide down. Wow, those shots from really that high up. Canadian Savage goes down.
Great angle. And if you get this now, you're looking at 12 elims. This is a big game for Canadian Savage and Refax. Will this maybe turn the tide? If they do this here and they get the W, can they maybe take game 5 and turn it around, get a new winner? If anything, you're fighting for $1,000, because each winner of each round gets that 1K prize. This would be huge if they could steal it away.
And you got to just stop Chronix and Rhino at this point. I mean, they've already won twice. They're primed to take the 20K overall prize. They're going to leave with 90% of the prize pool if we're not careful here. I believe they are team 38. They're one of those purple circles. I don't know if it's 38. I don't know if it's 12. 24.
How many do they have now?
Like it could be a solo player here, but 6 and Refa will reveal that pretty shortly. 6 having himself a nice little loadout. Honestly, both these players pretty damn looted.
Yeah, and here's where you have the withdraw, and that really helps.
This is it, man.
And I like
oh my God, deleted.
Deadly, man. And now this is a bad angle. He's going for it. He's like, I know who this is. I want to take him out. I like the confidence from 6. I don't necessarily like the low ground, though. Os Rhino and Chronix, they like it. And he's going to withdraw. He's got the shielding potion. Still got plenty of health. Still got plenty of armor. This fight's still going on.
There it is. A lot of big shots either side. Rhino extremely low here. Chronix could go down if he's not careful. 6 has has the potential to turn this one around here. One more burst combo, and look at just the angles being held. Chronix,
the confidence
to find the needle and thread it through that tree, just not big enough.
You have to say that was the fight that would have changed it, right? Would have given Chronix and Joel's 5 off of their incredible score right now, which is 13 elims, and that's a -26.
Who's left? I mean, at this point, who can contest these two?
Shady Prism, I believe. Those guys might still be alive. And we do know Dabs and Canadian Savage. There's 7 players, 4 teams. And the fog is about to move in about 3 seconds. So there going to be a few more fights in the near future.
Dabs all alone here. This could take a while here as we move into the Old Manor. A lot of houses, towers, line of sight breaks still in play. Rhino and Chronix just hunting people down. Quick little thought, do I want any of that? Nah, I like the mobility choices here so far. Legendary Healing Shout and a common sore, or an uncommon sore, excuse me. But the mage passive, pretty damn strong when you combine it there. No more armor potions for either player. So you do have to be careful. You got to watch your step.
And that's why I almost think about that, you know, that barricade, because it's not armor, but it's the closest thing you can get to now that you don't have any armor pots, just to buy some time, give you a couple extra shots. But the legendary level of the Healing Shout, I think, definitely tilts things in the favor of Voss Rhino. It's always so hard to have a decent ability at a legendary level and give it up for something else. So at this point, we're seeing these two teams kind of having the opportunity to go head-to-head. They are waiting it out for that smaller circle. The fog's moving in. Ooh. Team 12, and actually, I believe, who is this? Team number 14 going in, and now it looks like there's going to be a fight. Dabs is going to go down. Shady Prism, this is the other team here. They've got 11 eliminations, Nick. This is definitely the main contender for Chronix and Rhino at this point.
They certainly have the loadouts to contest as well. Heavy crossbow, longbow, sniper, and venom pistol, all epic or better across them. It's going to be a showdown here. 3 teams remaining, all just duos, no solo lone wolves still running around here. Team 38, Team 12, and Team 3.
58 seconds now for this fog to move in. 6 players, 3 teams. It's 2v2v2. Best kind of battle royale action you can see in duos. Chronix, and Incision getting in. Look at this, is 1 HP and Incision still alive.
Oh, wow, that is just awesome.
Wow. And we have not seen them, actually. And there's a big shot here from Shady Prism. Everyone getting in on the action, but it's so important to see.
They're so split.
I know, but I like the strategy, Nick, because one goes down, they don't have no idea where the other teammate is.
So I think there's a lot of lone wolves here. Snipe potential. Crippler won't find it. Rhino and Chronix now very split as well, something they need to be aware of. The only team still together here is Shady Prism and Crippler. They know where Chronix is, they know where Rhino is, and they have flares too, so they're going to be able to get that true team-wide vision. Rhino,
he's in trouble.
He's backstepping, he's stutter-stepping, trying to make his way out of line of sight, and he does so successfully.
I mean, you know, 10 seconds later when that fog's moved in, that is a risky play, but Rhino makes a good one here. And now I don't know. The high ground is good, but Rhino and Chronix have been so aggressive. They have won 2 out of the 3 games that have been played. This is game number 4, and they are primed to win it yet again. Big shot. That puts Rhino into the dust. He's in chicken form, and now 1 HP has to move as well. Everyone's getting close, and the Ghost Walk just saves him from the bullet.
Shots from Chronix as well, firing out. The flare is so critical here. Chronix spotted out, I think, by said flare.
That's right.
Takes a little bit of damage here from the Venom Pistol. 1 HP trying to move in on Rhino. Chronix needs to reconvene with his teammate. Extremely low HP. Rhino has that legendary healing shot, remember, so he's going to be able to sustain 1 HP out in the open for too long, and he goes down.
This is big, but Rhino, he gets chicken again. And now Chronix, he's going to get pushed on. Crippler trying to finish this off and get $1,000 for him and his squad, but Chronix and Rhino are still alive. Say that about Rhino. No, chicken goes down. It is going to be a new champion here. Shady Prism and the boy Crippler take game 4.
$1,000 in the pocket there, close but no cigar.
Dang.
Kind of still nodding along there. I think they realize the situation that they're in. One more good game from Rhino and Chronix, and hell, it may not even take a good one at this point. They come in 2nd place overall there, I believe, maybe 3rd. There was a lot of chaos happening right straight up at the end, but they obviously had a 30-point lead going into this one.
Yeah.
They pull another 10-plus frag game. It's going to be tough to stop them.
It certainly will be, because this is a tournament that basically goes throughout the length of these matches. It's not about one moment, because you get the 1K, sure, but it's about the big prize at the end. And I think Chronix and Rhino are looking pretty unstoppable here.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
They're taking out big teams. They're getting good loot in all their situations, right? Fighting with common weapons, fighting with their epic weapons.
Oh, man.
It doesn't really tend to matter. They're only a 3-point difference, 13 versus 14. That's just the win, right? Whoever won that game was going to get the overall score as well. Rhino and Chronix just so much damn momentum going into this final game. I don't see him getting stopped.
I don't think it's actually, I'm not sure if it's even mathematically possible. Yeah, I don't know if it is, because Shady Prism and the rest of the boys were actually not in the top 3.
The way we normally calculate it too is what's the highest we've seen on the day, right? About that 27 close. No one's broken 30, right? So when you're going in with a 56-point lead, you're feeling pretty confident. The worst case scenario for Rhino and Chronix is that they get that plus 20, dropping a 56-point lead to a 36-point lead, and then it takes that second place team having the game of their life, 30 scoring higher than anyone has ever scored today to bring it back. So
barring that, it is going to be Kanga Esports, who have not only won 1 and then game 3, but then all of 22K. The cash.
And then, well,
my God,
23K if you count the win from Ninum in game 2.
Is it second place gets something as well, or is it?
Second place doesn't get anything, but Ninum and Corlin won game 2.
Oh, yeah.
So Kanga Esports.
But is it 20? It's 25, right? I mean, we'll find out. I think the winner gets 25.
The winner gets 20 for the overall.
Gotcha. Plus the 5 for each individual. Gotcha.
Yeah.
A
lot of money going to Kanga Esports today, one way or another.
I mean, they're making just as much as like.
I have no idea, man. It's going to be wild here coming down to the stretch. Let's put it this
way: it's more than 3rd and 4th place.
Probably
in the semifinals.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them. But it's not quite over yet. We still have some fun Realm Royale to be played. Of course, if anything, we'll enjoy ourselves for a great game 5. But things are looking good for the Australians. They do not take game 4, but they come damn close. And let's send it to break as we get ready for the final game of this Realm Royale Founders Tournament. All right, we are back here with the Realm Royale Founders Tournament, the last game of today's 5-game, Warnick?
Barn burner.
Barn burner.
Flabbergaster.
I'm not sure about that 3rd one though. I mean, I like it. I'll let it pass.
What's my 3rd one?
The Flabbergaster.
Oh.
Yeah, Flabbergaster. Yeah. But I think at this point though, there is really no way to describe how dominant Australia has been. That has been the theme. They have stolen the show. They have won 2 out of the 4 games played, and now they are looking prime to take the total prize pool, which is incredible here as we follow along with Evil Eye and Vex. Recently our top 2, but they fell out after a bad game in game 4.
There it is, and a rune fold for Evil Eye early on. Incredibly strong passive bonuses for the lad now. We'll have his nice little heirloom Magnum setup here, Swindy and Joshino. Loot in the graveyard, one of the newer areas.
Yeah.
Unmarked, but certainly has some loot here. Finding opening shots here with the uncommon slug rifle. Doing pretty good damage across the way.
What is buried at this graveyard? Yeah, is it all the chickens that have died?
The hopes and dreams.
The hopes and dreams of
all these competitors, except for Rhino and Chronix.
Oh, man. What a freaking story. And, you know, I think there was, what's interesting to me is that as we head into this, you have to pay attention to 2 potentialities, which is Rhino and Chronix dying early. It's the only way this is going to start to happen. Shady Prism and what you're looking at now, and Crippler popping off. They already found an early kill. They're finding a kill there. But you're right, doesn't look good. They are getting approached. Crippler already goes down. This is bad. Octo actually is the one who stays alive in the engagement. And now the team, the only team that even had a hope, a glimmer of catching OCEs, Chronix and Rhino, look to be going down soon. But Shady Prism still finds the kill. Nick, this could be the end. I think that's it. This is almost all but guaranteeing the fact that Chronix and Rhino will take home the big prize here after it's all said and done.
We're playing for $1,000 here for the win.
We are.
I think that's safe to say.
Yep.
Swindy and Joshino, they're well on their way. 2 kills in hand. Hades and Joel already in some trouble here.
Ooh.
Joel will be able to bail out Big Bro for the time being. Legendary proxy mine here coming through as well. Vex and Evil Eye in some trouble. They're actually kind of retreating out of this, and I only saw one of them, so they may have lost the homie already. 34 teams remaining. Already a couple of boys having to take a seat.
And this has already started to
or
heat
stand
up here.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, take a seat. Stand up, either way.
Get up, gamers.
Get up, gamers. Get
Might as well shout out one
bread.
more time the Chicken Chaser app that you can download at Skillshot.com/Chicken Chaser. It's a cool little augmented reality thing. For those of you here at the venue at Dreamhack Atlanta, you can chase around little chickens from Realm Royale, and if you can catch them all, you will receive in-game loot.
You gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
Chicken chase. Sound effect. Gotta cluck them all. You chase me and I'll chase you. Chicken chase. All right.
We got to remember there's probably thousands of people in here listening to us troll.
Unbelievable. And I think having a little bit of fun. That sounds familiar. I just don't know where it could be from.
I don't know.
Somebody should make that a hit song. It would stay in the hearts of young children growing up in the 90s for all eternity. If they did make that.
Here you're seeing the weakness of the sword.
Yeah.
Literal knife to the bow fight, I guess?
Knight to the bow fight. Not a common, moment for both of these players. I think trying to figure out how best to approach this. Yoshino, though. Hey, man, he's not masters for nothing in Paladins. Look at that.
With the quickness, this chicken vaulting back and forth here. Baited and stolen away. Joel manages to come through with the fire throwing axe here. One of the highest damaging weapons in the game. Runs into the shield potion there of Yoshino, but one throw will take him down, and that's going to do it. Joel comes crashing down and puts the hurt on Yoshino.
That was scary. I mean, Josh turns back up, and it's just like axe to the face. Eliminated. This is actually going by quite fast here. A lot of players know that they're just kind of out here to frag, but also $1,000, like you mentioned, Nick, it's a really good reminder, is still on the line. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of fun. You definitely say that no matter how you did in rounds 1 through 4, if you win the 5th one and you get it 1K heading home after this, it was a worthwhile investment of your time. And so Kanga, Hades, and Joels haven't been able to do it. Maybe they'll be able to steal the thunder and make it just the OCE show.
Rhino and Chronic's still up in the Badlands here. Badlands tends to be the home to the winning team.
Good show, by the way.
I feel like. Great stuff. All around, dead center. 31 here, the farthest north player. These guys, like you mentioned, such a big lead, 56 points going into the final game. About wrapped up here at the Realm Royale Founders Tournament. I think the big prize pool already spoken for with these guys. I wonder if they'll change how they play. I wonder how aware they are of how far ahead Rhino and Chronix actually are. Will this cause them just to play safer, since frags don't really matter here because points are basically out the window. They just got to play for the win to grab that $1,000 game.
This is a big play right here. 6 goes down. T1 Unknown and Stormtroopy, one of the only duos I think that could just stand toe-to-toe with 6 and his partner. Rafak's going to make it out around the corner, but Stormtroopy shutting down the player who's had most of the highlights out of this combination. It is 6 who will be back to base, waiting to see how his teammate can hold on to this, or if their struggle will end here.
Pour one out for Butt Boy.
Pour one out for Butt Boy.
Contributes personally to the massive lead that is Kanga's Chronix and Rhino coming through here. Great stuff from them so far, and it's only getting worse.
And this does not really matter much. It's only securing their first place, which is essentially mathematically already secured. They will take home the big 20K prize, but they are now looking for another K on top of that with the win. That would have
been so funny if Kanga literally took all $25,000 of this prize pool. They were one win away, so close there. But that sniper pressure from up top in game 4 was just simply too much to overcome.
Yeah,
and then 1 HP was kind of in that mix too, man.
You got to say, and that's what they're fighting for, right? 1 HP in incision. They're fighting to get that win, and I didn't mind it. Oh my God, he didn't have a chance to play. No. Stormtrooper taking him down.
Even uncommon level, I mean, it's the sword just doing so much damage because it's a melee weapon. It's the only way it would ever be useful is if it hits like an absolute truck.
Yeah.
Combined with the warrior passive, I mean, don't get me wrong, it hits incredibly hard. It is just so hard to get yourself into melee range, and then you actually still have to like hit it. Like, it's not like this huge cleave. Like, you got to have your crosshair kind of on your target to actually connect.
Well, here we are, Nick.
Here we are.
I think that's the best casting moment I've ever had.
Strong finish here.
Strong finish.
Realm Royale Founders.
Here we are. It's a very big statement, Nick. When you think about it in life, it's kind of true, right? No matter where you are, here you are.
And we are here.
And we are here. 23 teams remaining, 42 players.
And there they are.
And there they are. But will they make it out? of where they are to be where they want to be, which is where we are.
Or where they are. Or
on stage casting. Or maybe just backstage getting some cash. Cashing
goes down. Koala, though, clutching up, soaring away. Out of ammo, so I think this is probably a smart play. Doesn't receive any poke flying away either. Somebody's forging something up there. Just has to protect Cuss for another 6 seconds here. I think that's the play, that's the plan. They're going to go ahead and just get the full reset on this fight.
Here he comes, though. Cuss is ready by the window, and he knows it. And there's a couple of shots, but they don't realize that they have the biggest threat about to jump back up onto them. Koala finds a nice chicken again. And I think this is going to put Tots in a bad spot. Wow, taking the kill by herself. Doesn't want to wait for Cuss at all. She gets chicken, and it can be, obviously, I believe, Rifax finding that kill.
Cuss, though, he's back up. He's back in business. What does he have to contest this epic shotgun? It's going to be incredibly useful at close range.
Ooh.
Third player has entered the fray, soaring around this building. He got the kill. Trying to find someone. Who did?
Rifax, he was the third player out of nowhere. He's the one who clutched that kill. So they didn't even find it after all their hard work to take him down. And now Cuss and Alpha going back at it. You can expect that Cuss wins this one. Pro player for a reason. But now he is still low, and he doesn't know that Rifax is right around the corner. Rifax gets that too. He stole both.
Oh, no.
Oh, that feels bad, man.
Cuss has just been, oh, my goodness, absolutely low rolling these games. Everything that can go wrong basically is people keep coming in, 2v1s against PPL players, third party coming in, finding the entry frags, but the man has been down, not out before. Lands the first shot into the ice block, time this right, and you're good to go. Here, Cuss will not hit the shot, rips away in the soar. Rifa lives to fight another day.
I'm not sure he could have hit that shot. That was such a fast soar. My God,
it feels like he canceled it a little bit early, too. You don't want to be predictable. You don't want to go max time on your ice block normally. You want to just be unpredictable. I could pop out at any moment.
But I like that Cuss is going in and trying to fight this. He's taking the inside round as well. Another Bolt Staff, Nick. He's like, Bolt Staff me up. Rifax getting hit. But he's got the ice block in the soar. He was able to get away, and I would expect that the same thing would happen here. Cuss just loving the withdraw. Oh, nice crouch as well. Rifax sees him coming, and he's on the mount. Rifax just too sneaky, too quick, and now he returns some fire. Rifax, wow, he played that perfectly. Cuss can't even get mad. The fog is probably going to clean him up. Rifax maybe getting a little greedy here because now he's going to take some damage. But now we'll head over to Jade Gardens with Stormtrooper and Z1 facing off against Lionheart.
Oh my goodness, just honestly, confidence is all that Stormtrooper had to win this fight with. His opponent is absolutely outgunning him here, but just the relentlessness and the aggression and hitting every single shot, hitting the heroic leap damage has all been really good for him, but he's got to finish one of these. Z1 is down. There it Z1 is bleeding out here. Healing shots ready to go. Heroic leap up as well. Damage is going to be good, but he's just out of time.
And he was 0.3 seconds away from the healing shout, and it looks like this will be Master Rangers cleaning it up. Lionheart is back up, and it's just unfortunate for the kids. Z1 and Stormtrooper will not make the prizing this time around at the Founders Tournament. Shout outs to them. Some ex-Renegades, Paladins players, and of course one of our big Paladins streamers there. Lionheart will go down unless something amazing happens. And look, like he's trying to make that happen.
3 whip hammers. That's what the doctor ordered here, and that's the only thing that could have bailed him out. Flame potion launcher here as well. Pretty hard-hitting weapon, I believe. Adding that 100 damage with the nice little legendary enchantment. That's the weapon for the situation. I mean, you got to make up your mind. Just indecision is really what has defined Lionheart's death here.
And you know, you're not really even playing for eliminations at this point, right? You just want to survive. So I'm interested to see why Laurie and, of course, Lionheart. Lionheart really didn't have a choice, but Laurie comes in and tries to really take that fight because he just gets chicken.
That's a cool animation.
Now you don't get much. That hammer is just massive.
The flare out of the end of the hammer.
Also, try just side-wielding that thing. I could barely lift it up with 2 hands. This guy's just throwing, like, using all his outside shoulder muscle. Like, give me a break. What do you do to work that out?
You know?
You can't do the 10-pound, everybody in the gym doing the 10-pound, you know, arm extensions there. That's not going to get that done.
That's Chapo, once he's done with that.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
the Console World Championship.
He qualified for this, but he was not able to play it at the time. It's actually 1-1 over there if you're interested as well. But this is shaping up to be an interesting fight. We will, unless Chronix and Osirino are able to get things done, which they might, potentially see a new winner in Game 5, although the overall winner will be Chronix and Rhino. There is nobody who can catch them mathematically. They will take home the big purse of currently now $22K.
So they're in there just fighting for the $1,000 as well, basically, and Kanga very close, winning, obviously, with 3 duos in this tournament. One of our eliminated Paladins Premier League teams have taken games 1, 2, 3, lost 4 by a narrow margin, and now looking for the win in Game 5.
Yeah. Traken and Nighthawk. And now I Am Jaeger following with him. He gets a rune. And he
Never
gets
lucky.
an epic Ghost Walk if he wants it. But he's got the Soar right now, and Jaeger preferring that higher level mobility versus the invulnerability. See Cuss, and unfortunate there. That was a nice fight at the end.
Rough shake, brother, rough shake.
Rough shake. But they did well. And we had fun watching that. I Am Jaeger now trying to find a kill, and he will. That rune coming in handy. And Sheep doesn't necessarily want to push this.
Into that legendary heavy crossbow there.
Soar fight.
It's tough. Slower fire rate than the regular crossbow, but obviously higher damage and no fall off over distance. The big boy driving it home, lightning. Enchantment on that gives you vision, you and your teammate, for a couple of seconds when you're able to connect. And maybe, I don't know. I don't see the little thing showing up there.
There is a team coming through, though, Nick. 35 and 25 about to run into each other. Shipster and Purdo, or Spurdo, as we have to say. Definitely have a chance to spoil Jack and Wine's party. The Fog's still moving. Hits a big shot. Is that a headshot? Is that a one hit? I think he might be chicken. It was. Oh, my God.
Soft-boiled.
Nice kill, and still efficient. They're going to make it into the Fog, no problem.
So it's a legendary sniper. Assassins do more damage with the rifle, so the heirloom rifle and the sniper rifle there. I didn't hear the headshot dink.
Yeah, but
it feels like it has to be because
he had no armor.
That is no armor, but it is a warrior who have an additional 300 base HP for a total of 1,800.
Yikes.
It's a lot of damage there coming out. It's a lot of HP to get through. Either way, Shipster will put the kill in hand here. Purdo, his teammate, will get the killing blow, and they've got a nice little weapon set up here for themselves.
And now Virtus Pro starting the conversation here. Two of these members playing in our tournament, Paladins, and Corlin and Ninham. This is a big fight as well. Frito Bandito and Sloppy Joe getting a little sloppy. Corlin finding at least the first kill. Axis from up top, like you mentioned. Vex 30 actually trying to find a kill. Maybe getting in on this one. He leads cross map. Frito Bandito closing out the kill double for Ninham. And so they will stay alive.
It's their teammates above them.
And so is Joel's and Hades. So all of Kanga is still alive.
Collusion. No, these guys, now they know, because Ninham is actually getting those kills down there.
They know who it is.
Hades and Joel are going to be aware that it is their teammates. Not in this game, as you can see, they're still firing shots at them, letting them know what's up. But PPL teammate or PGS teammates.
Leaks.
Hey, I hope.
Hey, they won.
I'll tell you straight up, I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope
SSG, Kanga, come.
Come. We are very much looking forward to more international representation on a consistent basis. And so you got to shout them out. You got to show the love when you can.
I'd honestly be surprised, honestly. Hades verbally multiple times has been like, we want to move. Just, give us the go-ahead. Give us the go-ahead.
Let us know.
Let me know. Hit me on my line. You know where to find me, and I'll be there in a heartbeat.
Call me on my cell phone. Yeah.
But man,
another big Drake fan.
Would they have to break up to find anything?
Well, they break up the band. Well, you know what? It worked for NSYNC and Justin Timberlake, so I don't know. It couldn't be bad.
Is Diggy Dog Justin Timberlake in this scenario?
Diggy Dog is kind of Justin Timberlake, but he's more like JC Chavez. Kind of like had a hit, but obviously didn't do what he needed to do here. And so not too happy, but I think overall just happy that he could make it to land again.
Kill could go either way here. Joel by himself. I think he kill by himself now as well. King of Hades does go down there. Lightning Heavy Hammer connects the connections. Continuing to land here. You kill. He's going to go ahead and just let the Fog last hit that one.
Yeah. Joel's goes down. So now
Traken steals it away.
Oh, wow.
That's the risk you run, but it's not about elimination
at
this point.
That's why I'm surprised why everyone's still fighting like the way they are.
It must just be they just don't know how far ahead Rhino and Chronix are.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's true. I mean, they are literally right, in front of the screen that we show, all the post-game stats and everything. So maybe just locked in, loaded, and not caring too much. Evil Lion Vex representing G2 Esports. Cuz is out, but the rest of his teammates are still here. They get a nice chicken on the Black Bullet. That's going to find the kill. You kill as well, who was taking down Joel's. He's getting pressured on. Your G2 boys, he's going to run away. He doesn't like what he sees. Oh, and that's a nice withdraw as well. He's not going to take that. He's going to go for the common blink. Not even the golden longbow.
Interesting choices here for young Evil Eye. Healing shot ready to go. This hammer is going to do damage if it does connect. There's one. Looking for two now. Nighthawk.
Dude.
One of the healing totem. Priorities, brother. Priorities.
I know. Still surprised he didn't take the longbow or at least consider the withdrawal, but I think he knew like it was frag time. He had to go down, trying to find this chicken. He's gonna clean it up. That will not come back to haunt him. And now Ukill though has a nice line of sight. There's Traken getting up, standing alive. Nice blink as well. That's a good shot. Evil Eye feeling confident, looking good. 8 players remaining, 5 teams left. Still fighting for the $1,000.
Hey, scoop.
And he had the bolt staff.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, you wouldn't insta crossbow swap with a bolt staff? Like, give me a break. Pass up the heavy hammer.
Picked up here, legendary sniper with a lightning enchantment.
I like that.
Gotta love it for Evil Eye and Vex. All of a sudden, they're looking pretty likely to maybe be able to take this game. I believe 34 is Chronix and Rhino, though, the overall leaders of this event. $1,000 still on the line at this point for the Crown Royale victor of this game.
And Ukill still around. I mean, congratulations to him. He's been a nuisance to everyone. He has just survived, been in fights, found kills.
Yeah, wow, he actually lived.
I can't believe it, because I thought that was his heavy hammer.
I thought that was that guy in the corner, yeah.
Yeah, but it actually ended up being Ukill making it out. And so he is one of the 8 players. Still a few duos after that. Evil Eye and Vex just scouting. And Spurdo still alive as well, so Virtus Pro still a chance for the 1K.
G2 versus Kanga versus Virtus Pro versus...
some more Kanga and Ukill.
This guy.
This guy. Because there's still one more player.
Oh yeah, 25 coming in. He's right there. I can't see his nameplate yet.
Okay.
Little ant, little baby ant running around down there. 3-way fight going on right now. Chronix is in a bit of a position here.
Jaeger.
Rhino is trying to provide support. He's gone to the bolt staff here. He's got his legendary ice block as well, and he has bailed out Chronix for now. Now it's Perdo, and Ships are getting pinched.
Nice stuff there. I Am Jaeger gonna fly in, but he's gonna go right towards Vex and Evil Eye. They find the chicken there. Shipster and Perdo forced to move from the east side now and go up, and that's gonna put Os, Rhino, and Chronix into a direct confrontation with them unless they move, and they have. Gets up on the mount, goes to the high ground. They don't like what they see. It's Virtus Pro up on top. They didn't get a chance to really rehash their Paladins fights here, but they're gonna get a Realm Royale fight for the ages. That's for sure. He's gonna run away and just reposition, but only runs into Ukill. And he's gonna find it. It will potentially be the Australians going down here, and it's Kanga Chronix coming in big. Can he do it against VP?
He whipped his blast shot though. I'm waiting for the cooldown. Getting the reload here. Getting a nice little heal off. Trying to finish Shipster if he can. Chronix, our overall leaders of the tournament, trying to grab just one more $1,000 purse. Look at this. Rhino's still up.
He's still
Rhino's
up.
back alive. Rhino could defend Chronix.
He bought so much time, and now Virtus Pro and Kanga still fighting it out, and G2 Esports up on top with Evil Eye and Vex. Perdo gonna take it. Oh my God, Chronix made it up. They just couldn't clean it. There's still a double kill.
Oh, no.
Potentially, Chronix goes down now, and it's Ukill who's found the heavy hammer. This man has been a nuisance, and Chronix will fall. Perdo will find it. Os Rhino looks like he's gonna fall to the ledge, and Ukill looks like he could chase it. It's Shipster who cleans it. It's VP versus G2 versus Ukill, who somehow is still fighting for this 1K.
The warrior who picked up stealth, and he just pops out of invisibility with his big heavy hammer swinging. You can see him up there, obviously on the spectator. Shipster can't know that he is there, and there's an opportunity here for a big pinch. Has the sniper, not the most effective close-range weapon, and it is actually going to land here. Shipster finding big damage early on.
Oh my goodness gracious. And Ukill has still not been found. They get the 1-for-1 trade. You are right, and I think Ukill was on the backside, and he found a little bit of help on Deshipa's getting that chicken. And there it is. He comes out with a heavy hammer, the shielding potion, a big shot there from Perdo. And this is a man you would want in this position. He has carried a lot of games for a lot of great teams, but here comes Vex with a crossbow.
There it is, that 1-for-1. No one actually dies, though. Both players back up. Ukill still playing spoiler here. This lone wolf, how long will he survive? He's really preventing both of these teams from getting the positioning they want. He puts yet another PPL player down.
My
Someone sign this man.
Ukill is now fighting against Evil Eye and Vex. It's going to be a crazy ending. Can he do it? No, it is going to be G2 Esports and Vex and Evil Eye cleaning up the 1K here in the last game. He claps his hands. He's happy. They didn't get what they wanted, but they win $1,000 to close out Game 5. Congratulations. Although a big congratulations, an even bigger one to Australia, who take 2 of the games and also take the overall prize pool of $20,000 for coming in first place.
Incredible performance. That was a lot of fun to watch. Again, you never really know what you're going to get with these open events, but you know, hats off to all the guys that went out there and signed up after being eliminated from other events here. The last 2 men sitting down. It's over, boys. You can get up now. Talking strategy is no longer worthwhile. We're going to take a quick peek at the round 5 stats overall. I think we know who our overall winner is, but of course, see how everyone did here in the final round.
Man, U-Kill, wow. Awesome opportunity for him to show his stuff. Almost played spoiler to the party. Definitely did for a lot of players, especially Virtus Pro. G2 Esports, Evil Eye and Vex, they take the top spot here and they win 1K. And that round 5 just concluded out of a 5-round Founders Tournament.
So drinks on them tonight. Drinks on Kanga.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whew. Because that is a stomping victory. Evil Eye and Vex come close. They were that second place team. If they just didn't have that one bad round, it actually would have been a lot closer for them. But unfortunate for them and very fortunate for the boys from Down Under.
Rhino and Chronix nearly doubling second place's eliminations. Incredible. 50 bodies overall piled up for the boys Down Under there. Congratulations to everyone that did come out, of course.
It's a crazy story.
Very, very far behind the leaders, including Joel's and Hades, the Kanga duo that just couldn't get it going.
It's just a crazy story. I mean, they lose in the quarters. Obviously heartbroken, going against Envy, who's now in the grand finals. And then they win more than a lot of the teams who even came here through the Realm Royale Founders Tournament. And I mean, it had to take some great players to do it. Here's that final moment where U-Kill's finished off. And the battle shout feels like the exultation of just, yeah, we did it. Finally.
Got that money. There it is, the winners of game number 5 there. G2's Evil Eye and Vex.
Let's go.
Congratulations, boys. Close in a lot of those games. A couple of 2 second places, I believe, overall for them, and finally getting that W to go home, not empty-handed today. $1,000 for the 2 of them.
Big day for the Realm Royale fans out there. The Founders Tournament is complete. We see so many different winners and so many different opportunities for people to shine. That's what's great about this type of esport. That's what's great about this game. We are going to have an interview and talk to some of these players, especially those who have won. We're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to hear from our overall favorites.